Hello, welcome to day 2 of the Swimming England North East Region Open Championship, 25 meters. Day 2 of this event. Session 3 is what we're into, and we will start with the women's 100 meters freestyle, of which we will bring you 6 heats of that. Then it'll be the 200 meters freestyle for men, and there are plenty of events to go all the way through to probably around about 1 o'clock. Then we'll have a gap, and then we'll bring you the men's 1500 at about 2:15. So first event of the morning is the women's 100 meters freestyle. Victoria Sibova of Kingston upon Hull, Diana Morrison of Newcastle, Lauren Heppel of Newcastle, and Anna Findlay of Gateshead and Wickham are the first swimmers involved in competition. So a bit of a Newcastle gala going on in the middle. Either side, Kingston upon Hull and Gateshead and Wickham. Entry times all very similar 101.4, 101.3, 101.5. So very little to separate all four, and that's how this race is starting to develop anyway. Very tight early stages. Closest to us is lane 3 with a slight advantage going into the last 25. That's Victoria Sibova of Kingston upon Hull. Of course, the ambition will be for these four and for those coming up in the next 2 heats to try and break that 60-second barrier, which they've not yet done short course. Could this be the time for Victoria Sibova, who's going to win this one in just over the minute? 1:00.86. It is still, in terms of our entry time, a new personal best. Took about 0.6 of a second of it, Victoria Sibova. Second was Anna Finley, and third was Diana Morrison. Well, we should have a full contingent for this one. We have, for heat number 2, Elvie Warburton of City of Sheffield, Riley Ackroyd of Tadcaster, Alex Dunn of City of Bradford, Amelia Peters of New Earswick, going to the New Earswick posse, Annabelle Cooper, Chester Street, 2 from Skipton, Poppy Dunn and Kay Fenton, then Catherine Noble, Newcastle, Ruby Dan of Tynemouth, and Katie Palmer of Chester Street. So, the halfway stage, looking like it will be Alex Dunn coming into the wall first, splitting 28.70. But there's a move being made by Kay Fenton of Skipton up in lane 6. She's going to come right alongside her at this turn. They'll be the 1 and 2, and they flip pretty much at the same time on that 25-meter to go position. I think all the momentum looks to be with the 16-year-old from Skipton, Kay Fenton. Yeah, she's got, I think, the fastest finisher, though. Trying to keep track of her is Alex Dunn. It will just be Kay Fenton, 1:00.32 for our winner. So she's down into the 60 points these days from a 61. 1:00.32. Second was Alex Dunn. Third was Amelia Peters. On to heat 3. Amelia Rickinson of Kingston upon Hull, Rhea Harrand of York City, M.A. Headley of Newcastle, Libby Mundy of Kingston upon Hull, Sophia Kelly Tadcaster, Libby Walker of Tadcaster, City of Leeds, Emma Wood, Megan Park of Alnwick Dolphins, Freya Tyas of York City, and Elisa Stoker of City of Sunderland. We don't have lane 3. Everybody else, though, is in the picture. At the top of that picture is Libby Walker in lane number 5. Again, a bit like the last one, there's going to be a couple maybe grouping together as they go to that last 25. Might be 3 very closely ranked, but still just Libby Walker from Tadcaster, who is right on the verge of breaking 60 short course for the first time. Only 24 100s outside it. I think there's every chance she's going to do it here. She might drag a couple. Oh, she might not even win it. It might possibly be Sophia Kelly coming through to win this one. Oh, absolute blanket finish with Megan Park sneaking through for the win from Alnwick Dolphins. And for the first time, she has gone under that magic 60 seconds. And 3 have got there with her. Sophia Kelly and Libby Walker all under the minute for the very first time. Well done to them. Megan Park, though, sneaking that win for Alnwick Dolphins. Heat 4, Grace Aduwu of Newcastle, Agatha Scott of Harrogate, Holly Stoker of City Sunderland, Holly Baker of City of Sheffield, Cleethorpes' Beth Hall, Kiddiest Hodgson, City of Leeds, Laura Hodgson of Newcastle, Molly Fisher of Rotherham Metro, Pearl Lightwood of Middlesbrough, and Anna Stokes of Morpeth. This one's a bit more clear-cut at this stage. Beth Hall, terrific start for the Cleethorpes swimmer. She's got a best of 56.4, so we're into the slightly speedier swimmers here. And she is a second quicker than anybody else in this field, which is kind of how she's showing this to be right now with 25 to go. Nobody's getting close to her, although they are trying. Very good turn by Kiddiest Hodgson off that last 25, but they're not going to catch Beth Hall. Nice solid heat swim for her, 57.39. And it is Kitty Hodgson against second place, Molly Baker in third, and Holly Stoker in fourth. Heat number 5. Katie Blunt, City of Sunderland, Sophie Brandon of Tadcaster, Abigail Naylor, Borough of Kirklees, Jessica Smelt from the same club. Then 3 Sheffield swimmers, Phoebe Cooper, Shola Robinson and Madison Nuttall. York City's Olivia Tom, Sophie McClure and Ruby Gambles. All in this one for heat number 5 of the 100 freestyle. Phoebe Cooper has a 56.35 to her name. Halfway stage, see where that is in relation to a split. 26.59, got a second advantage over the field. Second is Sophie Brandon, or was at that turn, but you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, pretty much in the line behind Sophie Cooper, behind Phoebe Cooper. Phoebe Cooper, the now 14-year-old from Sheffield, who's we were talking about yesterday, waxing lyrical about yesterday. Well, she's backing up all the things we said about her yesterday. But a 55.39, so that is a new short course personal best for Phoebe Cooper. 55.39. Jessica Smelt in second place, quite a way behind, but the second best of that field. And Shola Robinson, third place, with Olivia Tom in fourth. So fastest time of the morning so far, 55.39 for Phoebe Cooper. Teammate Charlotte Berry may look to usurp her on this one. Sarah Wright of City of Sunderland. Then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Sheffield swimmers. Ava Cook, Isla Jones, Erin Tankard, Charlotte Berry and Eve Doherty. Then Emma Price of Sedgefield, Borough of Kirklees, Isabel Farmer, Emily Maxwell of Derwentide, and Lucy Betcho of Billingham. Well, Charlotte Berry is doing precisely what I suggest she might do, and get to the front of the field and probably hold on from here. Erin Tankard, her teammate, right alongside her, trying to keep her company. And again, it's a phalanx of swimmers ranked 2 to 6 here, but the leader is pretty clear. 55.10 is the best short course time we have for Charlotte, 18 years of age, and she's just taking it nice and easy at the end. Not full steam ahead to the finish, gets the finish spotted well, and 57.47 will get the job done. Remember, 2 finals tonight, 10 in each, so chances are she will be in a prominent lane. She won't be in the, well, she'll be in the first final, and Phoebe Cooper will be in the second final, so they'll be separated out anyway. But 57.47 it was, the finishing time for Charlotte Berry. Eve Doherty, Isla Jones, Erin Tankard, by the way, was a 1, 2, 3, 4 in that one. 200 freestyle, first of the heats, first of 7 heats. Joseph Edgar of Derwentide, Leo White of Chester Street, and Louis Cass of Borough of Kirklees, all with pretty similar, almost identical entry times. 2:06.1, 2:06.2, 2:06.3. Something has to give here. Well, all 3 of them hope that will give is a new personal best. Joseph Edgar closest to us in lane 3. Centre lane is Leo White. The 2 in 3 and 5 are 15. Leo's 17 this year. Showing that little bit of experience. He is just marginally the quickest in this field on entry time, but so it's very little to choose between them. That's the 100 split. This will be 150 when they come back. The pattern of the race not changing a great deal, still being dominated by Leo White. We'll flip over with an advantage of about 7/10 of a second, but just starting to make a move. Here's Joseph Edgar coming alongside him. That advantage has now been negated. Picking the right time to make his charge over the last 25, and maybe he's going to snatch it away here, Joseph Edgar, from the long-time leader. He is doing just that. The 15-year-old Joseph Edgar is going to do just that with a new personal best to boot. 2:04.11 for our winner. In fact, the top two well inside their personal best. Not so for Louis Cass, but the top two getting a nice new personal best, and a sizable one for Joseph Edgar. And a really good finish from the Derwent side swimmer too, to just snatch it in the last 25 metres. Heat 2. Everybody in place, I'll name them for you. Oliver Hinchcliffe of Rotherham Metro. In fact, the first four names are all from that club. James Kahn, Lewis Fox, William Scaife, all from Rotherham. Then Sam Akers from Bradford. Sam Antrobus of Borough of Stockton. Blake Hooper, Chester Street, Finley Williams of Leeds University. And Kingston upon Hulls, James Starling. Well, it is Sam Akers who's setting the speed on the trail right now. 2:05 dead, his best time. He is just marginally quicker, but everybody, barring one swimmer in this field, has a 2:05 something against their name. Well, he's obviously seen what Joseph Edgar did, and wants to be down in the 2:03s, 2:02s if he can be. Because 18 years of age this year. And doing a good job for the Bradford club. Be aware as he breathes to his right mainly. There is some danger lurking. He's coming to his right now as he comes towards us. Danger is the other Sam Antrobus of Borough Stockton, is coming right alongside him. With another 50 to go, and there's also danger lurking and looming from Lewis Fox in lane 2. They're the top three at the moment, and also to the left of now Antrobus, who takes over in 5, is Blake Cooper and Finley Williams. So 25 to go, and again choosing the right time to make that move. Sam Antrobus, 2:05.22 is his best. Well, he's going to be well inside that. Not quite inside 2 minutes, but that's to come yet. 2:02.42 for our winner. And again, that's going to take something like 3 seconds, almost 3 seconds anyway, of his previous best. Second is Lewis Fox with a 2:03.74. I think all of the top 5, yeah, all the top 5 have got personal best there. All present and correct for heat number 3. Ralph Robson of Tynedale, Noah Ragg of City of Sheffield, Rory Bryant of Borough of Kirklees, Lewis Doubledam of Durham City, Cohen Stevenson of City of Leeds, Connor Robinson of Chapeltown, Benjamin Wilkinson of Whitby, Liam Dawson of Tadcaster, Oliver Whittleston, City of Leeds, Freddie Brooke of York City. Well, this time it's lane 7 making the early running. Liam Dawson of Tadcaster, and lane 1, Noah Ragg of City of Sheffield. It's just Ragg from Stevenson by 7/100ths of a second at that touch. Stevenson coming through with that yellow cap in lane number 4, probably just second at the moment behind the City of Sheffield swimmer, but there's not much between them. And with Noah brooding to his left, he won't see the swimmer in lane 4, but there's Noah Ragg who holds on to the, it's now gone to Rory Bryant, beg your pardon, in lane 2. Yes, Rory Bryant in lane 2. And lane 4, Cohen Stevenson. They all have, well, the majority of swimmers in this race have a 2:03 entry time. So it won't be long, I don't think, before we see a swimmer break that 2-minute ceiling. Cohen Stevenson 2:03.10 to his name. We'll have 50 to go now. Head down for, well, what potentially could be his first sub-2 swim here, because he's looking strong. Let's get an idea when he turns. Was going to turn in 1:45-ish. Going to come back in 15. It might just be slightly outside 2 minutes, but not by much. Stevenson putting a lot of effort in. It's going to be very close to that 2-minute barrier. And it's 2:00.67 for our winner, Cohen Stevenson, in the end. And very well-paced race by him. Noah Ragg in second place, Connor Robinson in third, and fourth place went to Liam Dawson. So anybody under 2:03 has done a PB. So top 3 have. Let's check on Liam Dawson. Yes, he's done 1 too. So top 4 there. All with new personal bests. Thick and fast they come. Heat number 4. Thomas Sahar of Middlesbrough, Zach Larson of Chestnut Street, Luke Gaughan of Billingham, Archie Norton of Thirsk, Jack Finney, Rotherham Metro, Alec Dolphins, Edward Brown, James Robinson of City of Leeds, Ethan Reiling of City of Sunderland, George Tweedy of Morpeth, and Thomas Smith of Richmond Dale. So lane 1 again is where my eyes are trained for Zach Larson at Chestnut Street. Have the best of that first 50. But we'll be joined fairly soon, I think, by Jack Finney and Edward Brown, 4 and 5. And on the far side, going very well out of sight to certainly our leader, Thomas Smith. Thomas Smith having a very good second 50 here. It's pretty much 4 of them virtually in a line now. Yeah, just about half a second separates that top 4. And we might have a new leader coming. Might well be Jack Finney of Rotherham Metro. He's just going to edge his way to the front of the field. Just ahead, but only just of Edward Brown. Those two are pretty much side by side. And that's where the race is headed in terms of the winner. 50 to go when they turn this time. Maybe just on that flip. Edward Brown taking the lead from Finney. Brown, 2:00.75, so there's certainly a 1:59 in the offing for him here. Yeah, most definitely. In fact, maybe even a 1:58. Could even be a 1:58 here for Edward Brown. Thinking that 1:58 almost certainly on for him now. If he can just touch in 1:59.18. Well, it certainly has gone sub-2 anyway. 1:59.18 for Edward Brown. Second is Luke Gaughan, not quite under 2 minutes yet. He was 2:02.14, so that's still a massive improvement. And third, top of your picture, Thomas Smith takes his 2:02.9 down to a 2:00.93. Right, it's heat number 5 of the men's 200 freestyle. Gurish Kodakar, City of Leeds. Sam Smith of Skipton, Luke Clegg of Borough of Kirklees, Theo Clark of City of Sheffield, Luke McGee, City of Sunderland, Josh Denholm of Newcastle, Harry Courtney of Tyndale, Ben Gilchrist, Richmond Dale, Rory Taylor of Leeds University, Daniel Pollard of Kingston upon Hull. Early stages, early leader. It's in on 1:50.40 is Luke McGee. He is, on paper, just the quickest in this field. In fact, the only swimmer who has done a 1:50 before. Some 1:51s and some 1:53s in the mix. But he, on paper, is a little bit quicker than the rest. Short course, he'd love to get that time down below the 1:50 mark if he could. And if it doesn't come this morning, it might well come later on today. Lou McGee, 16 years of age, from City of Sunderland. Has an advantage of about a body length, which translates in this race to about 1.2 seconds. Top three have got themselves fairly way away from the chasing bunch. And so it's going well. Lane 2 is Luke Clegg from Borough of Kirklees. But Luke McGee is powering his way forward to a 1:52.49. So not as quick as he has been, but it won't concern him this morning because that can wait for when it really matters later on in the day. Second, Josh Denham has done the qualification that he needs. Luke Clegg in third place. So heat number 6. Oliver Winter, Stocksbridge, Toby Parker of Borough of Stockton, Max Russell of Sheffield, Ed Sharp of Skipton, Jordan Cooley of Leeds University, Sam Budd, City of Sheffield, back from America, back in the Sheffield fold, Ben Shelton, City of Leeds, Ben Thorpe of Newcastle, Daniel Stevens of Beverley Barracudas, and Devon Creighton of Chestnut Street. So that's Jordan Cooley of Leeds Uni, a 23-year-old. He's just making the early running here. And he's got a 1:47 to his name, so he should be about probably 4 or 5 seconds quicker at full pace than everybody else in this field, certainly on their entry times anyway. But you see he's starting to pull away from Sam Budd up in 5. And Ben Thorpe, who's the Newcastle swimmer up at the top and also going well in 0, often kind of out of sight, out of mind 0 a little bit, is Oliver Winter of Stocksbridge, right up there, but still 4 seconds behind our leader, and that lead, if anything, seems to be increasing. Well, he won't be having his eyes on a 1:47 this morning. That can come later, but it's still going to be a decent time with 50 to go. Sam Budd still second. That pattern not changing a great deal. Ben Thorpe in third place, and then there's about 4 swimmers behind those 3, all in a line. Back will come Jordan Cooley. Let's see how close that 1:47 is going to be. He's not going to be that far outside, so he's going to be inside 1:49, I think. 1:47.79. Well, that isn't actually that far shy of his entry time anyway. 1:47.79. He's won that, as you can see, by 5 seconds and more over Sam Budd. 1:52 for him, which is not that far shy of his best. And Ben Thorpe up there in lane number 7, I think has just trimmed his best time. He has from 1:56 to 1:55. Ed Sharp was 1:57. That's quite a way outside his best. And the last heat, final heat 7 of the 200 freestyle for men. Ben Rogers of Richmond Dale, Joshua Robinson of Derwentide, William Gowler of Middlesbrough, then 3 from Sheffield, Matthew Woodall, Tom Watkin and Aaron Fox, then Jack Jenkinson of Skipton, Joseph Moment of Kingston upon Hull, Angelo Gianni Contini of Newcastle, and Finn Ripley of Middlesbrough. Early stages 4 and 5 together. 2 Sheffield swimmers, Tom Watkin in 4, Aaron Fox in 5. Now, in terms of the entry time, it's about 4 seconds between them. Tom's got a 1:46, Aaron's got a 1:50. Is that how the race is going to pan out? Closest to us is the faster of the 2. This will be the 100-meter stage. And a little echelon of swimmers right now. The 2 Sheffield ones I've mentioned, and then 1 lane up from Aaron Fox, Jack Jenkinson of Skipton. And 1 lane up from him is Joseph Moment, Kingston upon Hull. But it's 2 Sheffield swimmers they got to catch. And in particular, Tom Watkin. He's got 50 to go and seems to have this race pretty much nailed. But that lead is extending somewhat over Aaron Fox. Matthew Woodall coming back into the picture, the other Sheffield swimmer. We're going to get the Sheffield 1-2-3 here, I think. We are going to get Sheffield 1-2-3. Question is, what kind of time can Tom Watkin do? Just slipping into the 150s there. With a 150.85. Good workout. No more than that for him this morning. Second, Aaron Fox. Third, Matthew Woodall. So yeah, it was a Sheffield 1-2-3. And then fourth was Jack Jenkinson of Skipton, who was right on his personal best there. In fact, he just improved it by 9 100ths. Right, as they clear the pool from the 200 free, we can move on to the women's 50 breast as ever, because the race is so short. I'll just give you the clubs involved. There's the names on your screen, but once they get onto the blocks, I'll just give you the clubs involved, so everybody gets a name check in the morning. Kingston upon Hull, Borough Stockton, City of Bradford, 2 from Tadcaster, York City, Richmond Dale, Hartlepool, Skipton and City of Sheffield all have representatives in this. All but 2 have an edge time in the 36s. So it could be a very tight affair, this. Already looking that way. If anybody might be ready to make that move, perhaps it's going to be Emmy Hallwell of York City. Yes, it is. Emmy Hallwell wants to put some distance between herself and the rest, and that's exactly what she is doing. Good finish by Tatenda Tienga as well in lane number 1, but it is Emmy Hallwell, 35.79. So into 35 she goes. Leah Weston was second, and Tienga was third in the end with 36.42. Which is a 0.4 of a second improvement. So Leeds, Stockton, Sunderland, Kirklees, Derwentide, Tadcaster, Tynemouth, Sheffield City all have swimmers in here. Well, they did, but we've lost one of our lead swimmers in lane 5. Everybody else is swimming. 25, there's not too much to separate them at this stage, but off the turn there might be a bit more of an indication perhaps. Eyes trained on lane 6, Libby Walker of Tadcaster coming through, and also a great swim by Ellen McDermott of City of Leeds in 0. She's going to take it, actually. She's far away the leader on that one, I think. 35.18. Yep. Again, those lane 0 swimmers sometimes just sneak up on you. You don't see them initially, and then suddenly they catch your eye with about 20 to go, as indeed she did. Libby Walker second, Beth Richardson in third place. Tadcaster, Darlington, Newcastle, Skipton, Tynemouth, Weir Valley, City of Leeds, Leeds University and Cleethorpes, all with swimmers involved in heat number 3. And again, pretty even break. In a race like this, very often we don't see what's going to develop until off the first turn. And this one's pretty even. In fact, outside smoker might be Jamie Lee Mauer of Cleethorpes, looking good on the far side. Also, good swim here from Emily Burrell of Darlington. Is she going to get there first? She does, just 35.74. So from the 36s, she moves into the 35s, 35.74 for her. Second was Scarlett Strathy there, with 35.93 and 35.99 for Darcy Crossley. Next up, heat number 4, with Scunthorpe, Stokesley, Morpeth, Tadcaster, City of Sheffield, City of Bradford, Darlington, Gateshead and Wickham, Middlesbrough and York City, all involved in this one, or with swimmers all involved in this one. This one looks already like we might have a front runner going places. That's Anna Findlay of Gateshead and Wickham on the far side, but coming right back at her now is Charlotte Bianchi of City of Sheffield. Off that 25 turn, she is starting to edge her way front, and she's going to get to the wall before. Yes, just again, quite tight, about half a second thereabouts between Bianchi and Anna Findlay. Third was Anna Takach, and fourth place on that one to Kasia Rickleton. 33.90 for our winner. Heat 5, Leeds, Rotherham, Bradford, Morpeth, Borough of Kirklees, Morpeth again, Stocksbridge, Cleethorpes, York City and Skipton. So as representing those clubs involved in this one. And Beth Hall of Cleethorpes had a very good first 25, so too as a swimmer in lane number 5, Seren Talentire of Morpeth. And it might well be Talentire off that turn who's going to go on and win this, and looks like she's going to comfortably win it too. With an entry time of 33.56, make that 33.58. So 2 100ths outside her best time there. Second is Katie Stubbs. And third was Beth Hall, but very positive swim from Seren Talentire. Just marginally outside her best, but a chance maybe later today to rectify that. Heat 6. Tadcaster, Rotherham, just checking to see you've got a blank lane there. We have lane 4. Doxter Darts, Middlesbrough, Sheffield, Loftus Dolphins, Borough of Barnsley, Middlesbrough, another Sheffield swimmer. We've actually got a couple of absentees. 1 and 4 are not with us, but those who are, there's about 4 pretty much in a line. Madison Nuttall of Sheffield having a battle with Isabel Montague of Middlesbrough. It's going to be between these two who gets there first. It's just going to be the Sheffield swimmer in lane, the Sheffield swimmer in lane number 5 with a 34.23. Second was Isabel Montague, and third place went to Georgia Lee. So that's that event completed. Moving on to the men's 100 breast. Some improvements expected here. Just 7 lanes occupied for this one. Jad Idris of City of Leeds, Harvey Chin of Middlesbrough, Peter McGrother of Durham City, Isaac Howson of Tadcaster, Ben Hartridge of Tynemouth, Sam Livingston of Morpeth, and Will Byram of City of Wakefield. Yeah, we are looking for the next Adam Peaty, James Wilby, Ross Murdoch, all those breaststroke luminaries we've created over the years. And Isaac Howson has his name right at the front right now, but he's being tracked pretty closely by Ben Hartridge. In fact, Hartridge might, off that turn, taken the lead. In fact, he has. Hartridge has gone to the front. And Ben Hartridge looks to have all the momentum to carry this one right to the end. Isaac Houghton, they are both 2006 born, both 16 years of age, and it's going to be Ben to finish it off. Now 1:12.92 is his entry time. He's going to go inside that. 1:11.37 for Ben. Nice improvement, that. Good second and a half in the right direction. Isaac Houghton has improved. 0.4 of a second better for him. And Harvey Chin in third place likewise, from 1:14 into the 1:13s. Heat 2. Thomas Power, Weir Valley, Max Walker of Thirsk, Daniel Barton of Northallerton, William Bacon of City of Leeds, William Oliver of Skipton, Jack Leggett of Northallerton, Zach Beattie of Borough of Kirklees, Joshua McCullin of Kingston upon Hull, Alex McCallum of Selby, and Jamie Blanche of York City, all in there, all trying to catch at the moment. Swimmer in lane 5, Jack Leggett of Northallerton, is really going for this big time. Look at the gap and the advantage he's got at 50. Looking incredibly strong. Split of 31.9. So his 1:11 is certainly under threat. Could get down into 1:09s here. And that stroke doesn't start to falter, doesn't get a bit choppy. 1:09 is good potential here for Jack. Second at the moment. Here's the swimmer alongside him, William Oliver, and also William Bacon of City of Leeds. But I think it's going to be, although starting to maybe tighten up a little bit, Zach Leggett. So that 1:09 I hope for is going to be a 1:11. Yeah, I think he just tightened up a little bit towards the end. In fact, he's only just got inside his best. But still, it's an improvement nonetheless. But I honestly thought the way he was going over that first 50 that you might see a 1:09, but 1:11 it is. Second place to William Bacon, William Oliver in third place, Jamie Blanche in fourth. So on to this one, we have an absentee, only the one, but everybody else is there, so I'll name them for you. Miles Tupman of Borough of Barnsley, Finney McNicholas of Stocksbridge, Josh Denholm of Newcastle, Ethan Stannard of Stokesley, Aaron Wharton of Richmond Dale, Jack Kelso of Morpeth, Sheffield City's Joseph Markham, Michael Alsafai of Billingham, and Newcastle's James Hodgson. So Ethan Stannard with the advantage just at the halfway stage from Josh Denholm. And it is Miles Tupman in lane 0, but it looks like being a straight head-to-head here between lanes 3 and 4. Denholm and Stannard. At the moment it does anyway. And with only another 25 to go. That's the way it's going to resolve itself, I think. Stannard looking the strongest. 1:09.3 is his entry time. So anything in the 1:08s will be a big advantage. Might be well inside. 1:08 is going to be 1:06. Well, a massive chunk taken out of his personal best from a 1:09.3 short course to 1:06.69. And I think the same can be said of Josh Denholm too, because he's on a 1:09 down to a 1:07. And third place to Michael Alsafai, down from a 1:10 to a 1:09. So top three all going in the right direction. Heat 4, Blake Price of Bridlington, Sean Smith of Skipton, Thomas Bergman, City of Sheffield, Joseph Keeley of East Leeds, Barnaby Howarth Osborne, City of Sheffield, Martin Smith of Borough of Kirklees, George Brooks, City of Leeds, Roman Wallace of Borough of Barnsley, Alfie Maguire, Chestler Street, and Elliot Watkins of Tadcaster. That's your lineup. Martin Smith of Borough of Kirklees, the 18-year-old, going stroke for stroke with Barnaby Houth Osborne. Straight to the wall they go, and 4 100ths only separating the two of them. Better turn though by the swimmer in lane 5, but on the flat, Barnaby's starting to pick up. Two of them going to go into the wall pretty much together, though I think just with Martin Smith having the advantage. And his turns, gets a lot of distance right on that red sector. In fact, he's going to start pulling away now, Martin Smith. So with a 104.9, what can he translate that into? Maybe a 104 low? Yep, 104.38. So he's taken about half a second off his best time prior to today. Second place to Barnaby Houth Osborne, who has a 102 as entry time, so that won't be as good as he could go. And Joseph Keeley, third place, Sean Smith in fourth. Heat 5. Ben Swan, Borough of Stockton. Simon Littlefair Dryde of Stokesley. Thomas McDermott of Middlesbrough. Alexander Curry of Leeds University. Rowan Smith of Skipton. Christian Ryan of Tynedale. Daniel Jackson, Borough of Kirklees. Joseph Moore of Harrogate. Ben Rogers of Richmond Dale. Callum Nurse of Cleethorpes. We are missing one. We're missing lane 7. Nobody else is in. First 50 completed. Alex Curry leading quite substantially from Christian Ryan. And looking like he's got this race nailed, even with 25 to go. Can't see anybody catching him. The battle for second, third and fourth, however, is quite tight. But Alex Curry of Leeds University, 20-year-olds, 105.5 to his name. Always inside 105.5 here, or should be, yes, he went inside 105.5. 103.86 for our winner. Taking a massive chunk out of his best time. Second was Christian Ryan. And third place to Rowan Smith. Fastest time of the morning so far. Alex Curry's 103.86. Checking across, we got the absentees here. No, everybody is all present and correct. William Sutcliffe of Beverley Barracudas, Cameron Rhodes of Rotherham Metro, Oliver Dodsworth of Newcastle, Dakota Ravatali of Leeds University, Richard Eyre of East Leeds, Jay Manners of Derwentide, Ethan Balin of Tadcaster, Joseph Martin of Derwentide, William Morris of Middlesbrough, Jacob Barnett of City of Sunderland. On their way back they are. And Dakota Ravatali looking pretty good from Leeds Uni. Certainly the halfway stage. Second is Richard Eyre. Third, Jay Manners. It's all just starting to concertina up a little bit. Top 3, in fact top 4, not separated by much now. Ravatali still just with the advantage with 25 to go, but maybe potentially closing in on him. Depends on that turn. Still got it. A watch for the fast finishing Jay Manners in lane number 5. Can he catch Ravatali? It's going to be right on the touch here, and it is just Jay Manners. 105.19, really tight, just on the touch. 7 100ths separating the top 2, and our long-time leader has to accept second place. And that's just outside his best. Jay with a 103 against his name for entry time, but 105 today. Well, he'll have a chance to go again later on today. So we're on to the 400 IM, 4 women, just 3 in the opening heat. Emma Wills back for more from York City. We know the story, we've told the story so many times on here, but a master swimmer, swimming with the youngsters. Well, she's swimming with 2 17-year-olds here. Here's Emma. And one of those is Maisie Smith in the centre. 5:16.42 is her best time. Short course, Megan Cairns of Middlesbrough being the other swimmer in lane 5. Their entry times are very similar, 5:17.15. Of course, as we all say with the IM, every swimmer has a strength, maybe several strengths, and a weakness along the way. So, also you have to try and really underline your strengths. A lot of people love the butterfly. A lot of people are very strong in the breaststroke, and that can change things around very quickly. But at the moment, it's Maisie Smith who's going to have a substantial lead after the first 100 butterfly. Now on to the backstroke she goes. How big is that lead at this stage? The lead is 5.12. Let's see whether that lead changes much as the strokes unwind. Backstroke next. In fact, Emma Wills has moved up into second place ahead of Megan Cairns at this stage. Breaststroke to come obviously at the conclusion of this backstroke, which generally is the one that sorts them out. Has Emma managed to eat into that lead, or is that 5.12 seconds extended still further? Halfway through the backstroke, and it's, yeah, looks like it's over 5 now. Oh no, it's under 5, it's 4.25. So just taking about a second out of her on the backstroke so far, and yeah, visibly you can see she's getting a little bit closer. Back comes Maisie Smith. Emma Wills just turning now, and lead is getting a little bit shorter. Now, when the breaststroke comes in, which we will do off this turn, we'll get an idea of where the lead currently stands. It was 5, then it came down to 4. It's down to 3.9, so she took quite a bit out of it on that backstroke leg. Breaststroke, which looks like it might be more favourable for Megan Cairns, starting to ease her way back into the race, but still Maisie Smith is the one to catch. 5:16.42, entry time for her. Accomplished breaststroke, it's getting the job done. Megan Cairns just trying to make her move to come alongside Emma Wills. Emma with a very efficient and effective breaststroke, but a slightly more powerful one for Megan Cairns up there in 5. Who with every stroke is catching Emma Wills. But nobody's catching Maisie Smith anytime soon. She's away and a good 10 metres or more ahead of the chasing pack. So when she comes down this far end, that'll be the conclusion of the breaststroke part of her IM. And she can then start to attack the freestyle part. And I'm thinking she won't be too far outside, about a 5:10 maybe. Maybe she get inside that. Just trying to do some little calculation of what she needs to do off her freestyle leg here, but she's at 5:16 right now. I think 5:10 is a good target and a achievable target for her from that split. Megan Cairns has now moved up in second, and Emma Wills in third place. So let's go check on this from 50. Yeah, should she come back in 35? Maybe it might be asking a bit too much, but that 5:16.42 should be under threat. Megan Cairns second, Emma Wills third. There's a 4:53. So I was talking about potentially a 5:10. It's not going to be 5:10, but it's certainly going to be inside of 5:16. Yeah, it was 5:10, upper 5:10. 5:10.94 for our winner. So that's a big chunk taken out of previous entry time, which is 5:16.42. Second to Emma Wills came back to take second place in that one, and Megan Cairns just edged out into third. Okay, Heat 2, Sedona Reid, City of Leeds, Greta Highfield of Doncaster Darts, Lauren Lilly, City of Leeds, Charlotte Morton, City of Leeds, Amelia Osborne, Rotherham Metro, Evie Harris, City of Leeds, Sheffield City have Sophie Bourne, Chestnut Street, Annabelle Cooper, and Misha Comrie of City of Leeds. Right, lane 7 is setting the early pace. That is Annabelle Cooper of Chestnut Street. Butterfly seemingly to her liking. She's being tracked by Misha Comrie alongside from City of Leeds. Battle in the centre of the pool between Amelia Osborne, Evie Harris. And next 25 completed will be the conclusion of the butterfly leg, which has been dominated throughout by the 17-year-old from Chestnut Street, Annabelle Cooper. So she sets on her way for the backstroke leg, which, as we know, every leg is different. Every leg has different component parts, has different challenges. Cooper's rising to all of them right now, from the butterfly to the backstroke. So 5:14, not the quickest in the field by any means. Amelia Osborne's got a 5:11, for example. Rotherham Metro and Charlotte Morton a 5:12, but maybe that's where the breaststroke's going to kick in soon and things might start to change behind her. But at the moment, all the way through the race, it has been the lime green swimsuit of Annabelle Cooper. Has been right at the front, and she continues to be right at the front by a considerable distance. Moving up into second is Evie Harris of City of Leeds. It's still quite a big gap. I think the breaststroke is going to change things a little bit. So what's happening behind? Evie Harris has such a lovely stroke. I love her backstroke. She literally just glides like a feather on the top of the water. It's a really impressive stroke. That will have to be put to the back now because she's onto the breaststroke. And I tell you what, off that turn, she probably made up about half a metre maybe on our leader, and she is starting to come back at her. Still just, but only just. Yes, we're in lane number 7, Annabelle Cooper. Evie Harris has got a sight set on perhaps catching her, and then alongside Evie Harris is Amelia Osborne, who likewise is trying to catch the lead swimmer. And in turn, Charlotte Morton of Leeds trying to catch the Sheffield swimmer, but they're not catching our leader yet. She's still holding on the breaststroke, albeit the lead may not be as big as it once was. She's still at the top, Annabelle Cooper. Then it's now Amelia Osborne. And it's Evie Harris. But how long before our leader is overhauled? It might be coming soon on this breaststroke. She's still just got the advantage. It may all have been whittled away by the time they get down the far end, because Amelia Osborne of Rotherham Metro, I think I might have said Sheffield, I do apologise for that. Rotherham Metro is where she swims, is coming through to take over the lead as they go into the front crawl. Yeah, she's first to the wall. It's our long-time leader, Annabelle Cooper. Then Evie Harris, City of Leeds. But still some life left in Annabelle Cooper yet. Don't ride her off. She's not going backwards of anything. She's keeping that distance pretty similar between herself and our leader. But some others just champing at the bit to get a piece of the action, including Charlotte Morton of City of Leeds, is right up in second place now. Cooper in third, then Harris. This could be an interesting scrap over the last 25 here between swimmers in 3 and 4. Charlotte Morton and Amelia Osborne. They're going to go over pretty much together. Maybe the advantage is now with the lead swimmer in 3. Charlotte Morton. Yeah, she's got the advantage. She's got the power. She's got the stamina. A very fast finish too from Lauren Lilly of City of Leeds, but it's all going to come a bit too late for the win. She'll get second place though. 5:13.23 for Charlotte Morton, slightly outside her best. Lauren Lilly 5:14, yeah, slightly outside hers too, and Amelia Osborne with a 5:14 in third place. So there it is on screen. I'll verbally give it to you now. Rihanna Foster of Kingston upon Hull. Isabel Shearing in 2 is Molly Fisher. Then we've got 3 vacant lanes. Don't have a 3, don't have a 4, don't have a 5. Then it's Jessica Riley of Harrogate. 7 is Leonie Jones, Neem Carroll of Tancaster, and Jess Witterson of City of Leeds. Disappointing that those centre lanes are all unoccupied. So we'll have to concentrate on stuff happening on this side or the far side. Molly Fisher would seem to just have the advantage. She does over Isabella Shearing. So kind of 2 races going on here. One on one side of the pool, then one on the other side of the pool. And there's a very fast 25 here from Leonie Jones of Borough of Stockton. Underwater works working well. Has she quite taken the lead? No, I don't think she has. Still going to be the province of Molly Fisher. Or is it going to be potentially Isabel Shearing? No, Isabel Shearing's going to get to the wall first. Then Fisher. Then lane 0, Rihanna Foster. So as you can see, the 1, 2, 3 is all happening on this side. And then 4, 5, 6, 7 on the far side. Isabel Shearing, the 16-year-old from Sheffield, 5:08.20 is her best time. So there's some 4:40s in here as well. So those are the ones obviously have withdrawn. So all the swimmers in the centre, all have broken 5 minutes. None of the swimmers in the pool competing now have. Not short course. So Shearing still holding on. 5:08 is her best time. Molly Fisher in 2 has a 5:03 to her name. Oh, coming through. Well, they won't see Jessica Riley moving through, but I do. Up there in lane number 6, she is starting to make her move. Even at this stage on the backstroke with the breaststroke to come. It's all been about this side of the pool up until now, but I'm seeing that lane 6 is sort of breaking open that pattern a bit. Jessica Riley probably up into second place now behind Shearing. Yeah, 1.63 behind, then Fisher and Foster. So it's going to be very difficult for Isabella Shearing to know where the threat is coming from. It's not going to come at the moment from alongside her. It's coming up a few lanes above her. And it is in the shape of Jessica Riley from Harrogate. And I see some of these go down below 5 today. They are capable of it. They're right close to it. Oh, we've got 3 now in the line. Now it's Shearing, Foster and Riley. All pretty much in the line. In fact, taking over the front of the field now is Molly Fisher of Rotherham Metro. She'll lead at this turn. Then Riley, then Shearing. So a second separating the top 3, and still in the mix is Rihanna Foster of Kingston upon Hull in 0. But this race pattern has changed just a little bit on the breaststroke, with Molly Fisher now the most prominent. Can she hold on to that advantage? She gets to the front crawl. just about, I reckon, about half a body length, maybe getting on for a body length thereabouts for Molly Fisher. Will touch and turn with an advantage of 1.77 over Jessica Riley. Which can she hold on to that for another 100 meters? Well, it'll be 75 when she turns this time. Looking like she possibly can do that. We'll also get an idea of how close to that 5-minute barrier she might be when she turns this time. She's going to be knocking on the door of that 5 minutes here. I think it's just going to be outside her reach, just. But she can potentially bring that time down. Can the swimmer in lane 2, Molly Fisher. And well, she'd love to get inside 5. I don't think she can quite do it here. Not quite. It's going to be around about 5:02, 5:03. And it's a 5:02.31 for Molly Fisher, which is still an improvement on her best, or previous best anyway. 5:02.31. Jessica Riley in second place. And she's just a little bit shy of hers. And third is Rihanna Foster with a 5:07. Well, no, that's an improvement for her from a 5:09 down to a 5:07. Good finish from Foster to get third place. So next up is the final heat, heat 4. We are losing a few numbers as we often do on day 2. We lost Shirley Robinson. She's not in the field for this one. Evie O'Halloran Hutchison is of Derwent side. Teammate Emily Maxwell likewise. City of Leeds Darcy Crossley. Then Leah Schlossen of City of Leeds. Phoebe Cooper back for more from Sheffield in 5. 6 Holly Wilson of City of Leeds. 7 is Chloe Cook, City of Sheffield. Matilda Potter, City of Leeds in 8, and Isabel Schimmels in lane 9. All in, all swimming, and it's the distinctive yellow cap of Leah Schlossen from City of Leeds that is at the front on this butterfly leg, but she has company. She's not on her own by any means. It's Chloe Cook of Sheffield and also Phoebe Cooper of Sheffield are close by. Cooper's right there with her. In fact, Cooper turned just ahead of Schlossen there by 3/100ths. And now on the backstroke is starting to move away. So that, she and her coach have been working very hard on the backstroke. Try and get all those component parts right. Obviously there's so much that can potentially go wrong in an IM with 4 different strokes. One of them starts to break down. It does affect your whole race, but the backstroke's looking good. I was really impressed with Phoebe's breaststroke yesterday. See whether she can replicate that in this race. Well, she's certainly taken to the front again. 4:46. Well, she's 3 seconds slower on paper than Schlossen. Schlossen probably be looking at the opposition and go, well, I will make a final. She'll be in a different final anyway from Phoebe Cooper. It's very graceful, isn't it? It's almost caressing the water. There's not very little. If you look at that, the amount of water that comes off those arms when they go through on the backstroke, very little up there at all. But well, Phoebe Cooper has the 2.58 advantage over Schlossen. Second half of the race is very strong. The freestyle is particularly strong, but her breaststroke's not bad at all. But Phoebe Cooper, not used to getting beaten this weekend. She's pretty much everything she's done, she's won her races. These two are pretty much clear of everybody else now. Let's see what's happening behind. There's quite a big gap behind to Chloe Cook in third place. Phoebe Cooper is keeping it going. She's had a few PBs short course this weekend already. 4:46 is what she'll be aiming for. Schlossen's getting, oh, that's a great turn by Schlossen, really is. Picked up quite a bit on Cooper. It's a fair way adrift off that turn, but then she picked it up. Cooper still has that advantage by about a body length on the breaststroke, but Schlossen's getting closer. Using that underwater work to great advantage. Right on her feet now, Schlossen. You are behind, nothing really changing. Still Chloe Cook in third place. But this is the race that we're intrigued by. It's Cooper against Schlossen right now. With the freestyle to come, front crawl to come. Cooper has that advantage. Probably not much between them in terms of freestyle. Schlossen might prove me wrong on that. We'll see a weakness in this 14-year-old from Sheffield. There are always little things they're working on to try and improve. Never the finished article. Here's someone like a Michael Phelps, who was so good at executing that. We'll always say his breaststroke always needed work, always needed tinkering with. He and Bob Bowman have to work quite hard to make sure it didn't fall apart. It wasn't a natural stroke for him. Butterfly fine, backstroke fine, freestyle fine, but it was a breaststroke that always gave him problems. So there are always little bits can go wrong with the 400 IM. You need to keep them topped up. That's what she's doing. Right, so let's look at this time now. 4:46 is not going to be, but it is going to be inside 4:50. And 4:49.38, and that's a relatively comfortable win. Schlossen with a 4:51. Now we'll wait for, look at this for a finish on the far side. Three of them going to the wall together. I think it's just going to be Jessica Riley, is it? It's very, very tight. Very, very tight. It was actually, sorry, Holly Wilson was there in 6. Holly Wilson getting third place. But Phoebe Cooper with that 4:49.38. First of the heats of the men's 100 butterfly, and we have all 4 in. Daniel Pollard, Tom Smith, Benjamin Thorpe and William Morris of Kingston upon Hull, Richmond, Dale, Newcastle and Middlesbrough respectively. And lane 4, Tom Smith, Richmond Dale with a 61.56. Who's going to be the first to break that 60-second barrier? Could it be him? Looking pretty good at 50. Looking pretty good, coming in 75 as well. But he's got about a second and a half to hit that 60-second junction. He's not going to be too shy of it, I don't think. Keep an eye on that clock. Is that minute going to get broken? It is. It is 59.83 for our winner. 59.83. So yes, congratulations. Welcome to the sub-minute club, Tom Smith. Second is Ben Thorpe, 101.15. That's improvement for him too. 101.18 for Daniel Pollard. Yep, he's inside 102 for the first time. William Morris, 109. 195. Yep, likewise for him. All top 4 there. All 4 go inside their best time. And one scratch in this one. Not Ethan Riley, he's there from City of Sunderland. Thomas Bergman's there from City of Sheffield. Connor Robinson, Chapeltown. Alfie Maguire, Chestnut Street. Cody Ingram, Borough Barnsley. Elliot Watkins, Tadcaster. Lewis Horden of Bocklington. Ethan Williams of Newcastle. And Luke Gaughan of Billingham. All racing in the 100 butterfly for men. Heat number 2. Strong swim from Alfie Maguire. Hasn't broken 60 yet. Today's the day, I think. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't go into the 59s with this. He is looking immensely strong, just needs to finish it off now. Everybody's going to catch him hard, though they are trying very hard. Is Lewis Horden of Pocklington up there in 6, who is coming right back at him. It's going to be a tight finish, but it'd still be a winning time for Alfie Maguire, 59.98. Only just making it under that 60, but he does. 59.98. In fact, Horden beat him to it, didn't he? By 8/100ths. Yeah, Lewis Horden 59.9, Alfie Maguire 59.98. So it was Lewis Horden, our winner in that one. Heat 3, William Gowler of Middlesbrough, Sam Smith of Skipton, Borough of Kirklees, Martin Smith, Jack Ashurst of Morpeth, Kieran Grant of Beverley Barracudas, Derwent Sides Thomas Maskell, Rio Diodu of Kingston upon Hull, Max Russell of Sheffield, Oscar Blanchard, Cleethorpes, Angelo Giannicontini of Newcastle. First 50 is done, and well, hard to separate them because there's about 6 in a line here. This is going to take somebody to break out of the pack. Maybe it's going to be Kieran Grant of Beverley Barracudas. Looks the most likely at this stage of 25 to go if he gets his turn right here, but he's going to be joined very rapidly by other swimmers on the other side. Well, I think I'm just going to give it on the touch here to Kieran Grant. Am I right to do so? Yes, I am on this occasion. 57.78 for him. Very tight finish though. 7/100ths to 1 and 2. And we managed to get top 8 there, all under 60 seconds. E4, again, just checking for any absentees, but no, they're all there. Jamie Hewitt of Hartlepool, Ben Shelton of City of Leeds, Shane Al-Ghafari of East Leeds, then 2 from Sheffield, Adam Wood, Cole Hewitt, Charlie Broom from City of Leeds, Elliot Best of Newcastle, James Robinson of City of Leeds, Carl Smith and Morley, Oliver Whittleston of City of Leeds. Again, another very tight, very, very intense, ferocious race, if you like, between 3, 4 and 5 here. Adam Wood, Cole Hewitt, Charlie Broom, not much to separate any of those. They're trying to break out of the pack is Cole Hewitt. 53.5 for the Sheffield swimmer in lane number 4. Looking good, looking strong, looking like he might well have broken the back of that opposition either side of him. Charlie Broom's trying to come back into it. Charlie Broom's pushing very hard to try and catch Cole Hewitt, but he won't do so. Cole Hewitt will stop the clock at 55.56. And it's Charlie Broom in second, Adam Wood in third, and fourth place to Shaheen Al-Ghafari. Fastest of the morning so far, 55.56. Last heat of the 100 butterfly for men. Francis Dyson of Leeds University, Adela Celli of City of Sheffield, Isaac Buchan of Borough Stockton, Richard Nage of City of Sheffield, Ned Sharp, Skipton, William Graham, Tadcaster, Miles Kinlan of City of Sheffield, Ben Gilchrist of Richmond Dale, Morpeth's Richard Butterworth, and Toby Parker of Borough Stockton. 50 completed. Just getting his hand on the wall first, Richard Nage in lane 3 for City of Sheffield. Ned Sharp's pushing him all the way in 4. This could be between these two, I'm reckoning. The way things are looking right now, just the Slovak international swimmer. And that's a really good turn. That might just have won it for him, or has it won it for him, because Ned Sharp is right there with him. It's going to be on the touch. Nage is pushing. He's going to get the win, I think. Yes. Ooh, it took a while for the scoreboard to register that. 55.37. Well, I've got him down as a 56.60 entry time. So at the age of 29, maybe he's just done a new personal best. in short course. 55 ways down for 56.60. Second Ed Sharp, edged out by 9/100ths of a second. That's how close that was. William Graham in third, Adel Acelli in fourth. Okay, on to the next event, which will be and is the women's 100 backstroke. Looks like all the lanes are occupied. So I'll give you the names. There they are on the screen. I'll give them to you verbally once they've got underway. Millie Riley of Newcastle, Beverley Barracudas, Holly Billum, Fen Turner of Skipton, Amelia Redfern from the same club, Selena Zhu of Durham City, Gwendolyn Meehan of Tyndale in 6, Hannah Stanton of Leeds University in 7, S9 disability swimmer Evie Lambert goes in lane number 8. Early stages look like Millie Riley has a train to catch because she's not hanging around here in lane number 1. 1:11.20 is her entry time, and well, if she keeps up this kind of pace, it'll be 1:11.20 will be in the history books, not in the current statistics. She's going to go on and win this pretty comfortably the way things are looking. If somebody else to make a move, maybe essentially it could be Gwendolyn Meehan of Tyndale up there in 6. She the only real threat at this stage to Millie Riley. I don't see Millie Riley getting beaten here. She looks like she's got everything in place and is going to come through for a time of 1:10.12. So well done to Millie for a 1 second PB. Second was Amelia Redfern in the end from Skipton, and third to Holly Billum. No time coming up for lane 6 as yet. Yeah, she actually was second, that's what I thought. So it was Gwendolyn Meehan who was second. Computers just confirmed that. Amelia Redfern and Holly Billum, 1, 2, 3, 4. And we move on to heat number 2 of the women's 100 backstroke. No withdrawals that I can see from this one. No, they're all there, and a really good start by the swimmer in lane 5. Come to that in just a moment. Kate Kennedy of Morpeth, Amelia Peters of New Earswick, Megan Park of Alnwick Dolphins, Darcy Crossley of City of Leeds, Grace Brown of Newcastle, Holly Bodner of Chestnut Street. Now, here we go. I'm going to get it right today. I do apologise for yesterday. Greta Yokobetite. Yokobetite is how you pronounce her surname. So, Greta, sorry for yesterday. I now have it written out phonetically, so hopefully I've got fairly close, an approximation anyway of your name in 6. Agatha Scott in 7. Lacey Grayson of Rotherham Metro in 8. And 9 is Tatenda Tanienga. Having got the Durham City swimmer's name right, I want to try and get the Borough Stockton swimmer's name right too. Tatenda Tienga is in lane number 9. Right, we can concentrate on the race itself now, which is virtually coming towards its conclusion, having done all that. And it's going to be maybe Agatha Scott, maybe it's going to be Holly Bodiner. I think Scott might just get there first. Am I right? Yes, I am. For once, 108.92 for our winner. Where did Greta finish after all that? Greta finished in 6th place. Oh, 5th place. 5th place this year's. 109.89. And is that a new personal best for Greta? Yes, it is. No lane 5 for the next one. So it looks like we've lost lane 5. Just wait for everybody to drop into the water. Yep, 5 is not there. Everybody else is, however, for heat number 3. Daisy Guttridge. There you go, it's on your screen. I'll wait till it comes off and give you the names verbally. So Daisy Guttridge of Royal Metro, Alex Newton of City of Leeds, Amy Heron of Tynemouth, Katie Palmer of Chester Street, Isabel Fox of Gateshead and Wickham, Greta Highfield of Doncaster Dart, Samantha Knowles, City of Bradford, Natalia Langen of Gateshead and Wickham, and Katie Wiles of City of Bradford. All in around the 109s. There's one swimmer on 110, but everybody else is 109. And first half belonging to Amy Heron of Tynemouth, or is it going to be Katie Palmer? Just Palmer. Yeah, Palmer goes over first, 33.18. But on the far side, look at lane 7, Samantha Knowles having a brilliant second half to this race. Now, is she losing her cap? No, so I think it's just the colour of the cap. I thought she was losing it for him, but no, Samantha Knowles is fine. No worries there. We lost a couple of caps in one race yesterday, but she's all right. Fast finishing lane 1. Alex Newton as well coming into the picture here. She'll get second place. Knowles 108.65 for our winner. And that is over a second personal best. She's in the 109s before, she's in the 108s now. Is Samantha Knowles, 108.65. Alex Newton second, Isabel Fox third, and Natalia Langen in 4th place. Yep, all in for heat number 4. There's the lineup on the screen. Every single swimmer in this race has a 109 entry time as well. Isabel Montague of Middlesbrough, Hannah Smith of Wakefield, Nadine Wilson of Borough Stockton, Rhea Harrand of York City, Isabel Farmer of Borough of Kirklees, Abigail Naylor, Borough of Kirklees, Grace Pinder of Selby, Abby Orr, South Tyneside, Madison Carter, City of Leeds, and Caitlin Calland of Scunthorpe. Where are we at with this one? Well, this is a very tight affair indeed. Maybe Isabel Montague just by a quarter of a second over Nadine Wilson. So lane 0 with the lead at the halfway stage. She's going to be able to hold on to that. So very fast finishing Gracie Pinder of Selby up there in 6. She's looking very strong, really strong to me. But Nadine Wilson's coming through very strongly as well. It's going to be quite tight. Nadine Wilson, I think, will just about get the touch here in lane number 2. Oh no, Gracie Pinder does. I've got to say, visibly, it didn't look like that to me, but the touchpad tells you everything. And certainly Pinder had a lot of momentum, but I thought actually Nadine Wilson Well, she would have got at least second there, but fourth place it is. Very tight though. 108.9, 109.4, 109.6, 109.4. Yeah, so second and third separated by 10th of a second. She also got the finish just not quite correct. But confirmation of Gracie Pinder is our winner with a 108.94. Got 8 heats of this in total. This next one will be heat 5. There's no lane 2, no lane 7, and yeah, all the others are there. So I'll name them for you. Emily Wilton of Weir Valley, Ellie Baster of Middlesbrough, Millie Linton of Middlesbrough is not with us, Tammy Plumtree of Rotherham Metro, Emma Wood, City of Leeds, Lisa Thornley of Leeds University, Poppy Dunn of Skipton, Lily Bryant of Borough of Kirklees, and Elvie Warburton are the ones that remain in the pool for this heat 5 of the women's 100 backstroke. Halfway done. Leader is Emma Wood of City of Leeds, about 3/4 of a second over the rest of the field. And powering on with Lisa Thornley alongside it, one from City of Leeds, one from Leeds Uni. And they seem to be pretty much clear of everybody else, although keep an eye on Ellie Baster of Middlesbrough. She's got third place all to herself right now, easing her way through to secure that. Probably a place in the final later today, or she would hope so anyway. 105.93 for Emma. Well, that's a sizable chunk she's taken out of that entry time. 108.5 down to a 105.93. Lisa Thornley inside her 108 to a 107. So top two with new person. But I think Ellie Baster will probably be in that department too. Yeah, 10. Oh, not quite. 108.92 as opposed to 108.91. So she's almost there. 1/100th difference. On this occasion, it's like Lizzie Burbage wanted to get an early feel of the water because nobody else has jumped in yet, but she has. So she's all ready and prepared, as are all the others now for heat number 6. So full lineup is Sophia Kelly of Tadcaster, Megan Chu of Kingston upon Hull, Holly Gilly of Morpeth, Gina Warrior of Bradford, Sophie Bromley of City of Sheffield, Charlotte Fletcher. I'm afraid I can't finish off your name there, Charlotte, because I've only got the first part of it. Tadcaster in 5. 6 is Lizzie Burbage. 7 is Riley Ackroyd of Tadcaster. 8 is Evie Harris of Leeds. And 9 is Kay Fenton of Skipton. Right, our leader is Sophie Bromley. As we had occasionally on our start sheets, if you've got a double-barreled name, we only get the first part of the second part of your double-barreled name. So I've got Charlotte Fletcher Star. So I will check on that for later. If Charlotte makes a final, we'll hopefully get the full details for you. But she's right up there at the moment. But she's not probably going to win it. Looks like Sophie Bromley of City of Sheffield is. And she is class act in this field with her entry time 101 anyway, and make it look very, very easy indeed in the heat. She'll look to go a little bit quicker later on, of course, but 103.27 is good enough for now. Charlotte finishing in second, and third Lizzie Burbage, fourth Gina Warrior. Heat 7. We'll just look and see if there's any withdrawals. Might be one in 9 potentially here, I think. Be one in 9, yes. So everybody else, aside from the top of your screen, is there. So the full list is Eliza Hammond of Kingfisher Scarborough, Talia Malik of City of Sheffield, Grace Aduwu of Newcastle, Connie Milburn of Harrogate, Kittiest Hodgson, City of Leeds, Libby Munday of Kingston upon Hull, Axe McGill, Gateshead and Wickham, Holly Stead of City of Sheffield, and Riona Sorianosos of City of Sunderland. Kittiest Hodgson is still knocking on that door of the 60 with a 61.3 as a short course entry time. She is a couple of seconds quicker than everybody else in this field. That should be exemplified by what we see this morning. And she hasn't got much of a threat. She's got a little bit of one from Libby Munday, lane number 5, but I think it's going to be pretty much as the entry time suggests. A relatively comfortable win for Kittiest Hodgson. Again, she won't need to overextend or put too much effort in this morning. Libby Munday will get second place. Looks like third will go to Connie Milburn. And does. 102.52. That's pretty comfortable for Kittiest this morning. 102.52 with Libby Munday with 104.82. Yeah, just outside her best. Well, we're getting through these at a right old rate or not, aren't we? Heat number 8, which is the final heat of the 100 backstroke for women. And again, looking for any vacant lanes. We have one. I spotted it, lane 8. Everybody else, however, is there. There they are on your screen. So that folks at home, if they're not here, can hear their daughter or relative's name being mentioned. Sarah Wright of City of Sunderland, Olivia Tom of York City, Eva Fear, Durham City, Gabrielle Freeman of Morpeth, Izzy May Reeves of City of Sheffield, Libby Freeman of Morpeth, Neem Savory of Newcastle, Katie Blunt of City of Sunderland, and Millie Shaw of Loftus Dolphins. Izzy May Reeves, again, one of those that's knocking on the door of a sub 60. 60.94 is her best. Freeman alongside has got a 61.94, so about a second differential between them. So Sheffield Morpeth, two Morpeth swimmers with a Sheffield sandwich there in 3 and 5. Not having it all her own way now, Izzy May Reeves, as Libby Freeman is looking to get there first, and she might just do that. Depends on the touch here. Libby Freeman does just get there by 15/100ths. Morpeth swimmer has got a 102.77. She can go quicker, probably will go quicker, surely will later in the day. Izzy May Reeves second, and Gabrielle Freeman in third place. Bit of news from America overnight, by the way, before we get on with the 100 backstroke. A new world record short course from Katie Ledecky overnight in America in the 800 free, 7:57.42 in Indianapolis. last night in America. 7:57.42, new world record for Katie Ledecky. Another one for her. Right, on to the 50 backstroke for men. Pocklington, Alec Dolphins, Selby and Cleethorpes, with swimmers involved in this one. Looks like 4, looks like Benjamin Fish, or can he be caught by Joseph Pickering? Not quite. It will be the Fish who gets there first. 29.50, goes under 30 for the first time, as does Joseph Pickering. So the 1 and 2 there, sub 30. And that's a good second. He's just knocked off his time. Heat number 2 of the 50 backstroke. We have 7 of these. And a few smaller clubs involved. Saltburn, welcome to the Saltburn team. Small team here. There will be Sam Hill's friends and family, no doubt, watching on. If they're not here in person, he goes in 0. But mostly the medium to big teams in the lineup. But like you've mentioned to the smaller clubs, because you're the lifeblood of British swimming. You often feed into the bigger clubs, as we know, along the way. Oliver Hinchcliffe's had a good start for Rotherham Metro here. Really good start. It's going to go to the wall pretty much alongside Callum Aiken of York City. Depends on this turn. Really good turn too. Oliver Hinchcliffe, 30.13, looking for that first sub 30 swim. Short course it is coming. Here it comes. 29 high. Come on, you can do it. Yeah, 29.55 for Oliver. Nice underwater work to provide him with that time. Callum Aiken has just trimmed his best too. 30.09 for second place. Sam Livingston in third, 30.11. And top 3 all improve on their entry times. Another of the relatively smaller clubs. Chapeltown have a swim in this, so too did Durham City, Chester Street, York City, Sunderland, City of Sheffield, City of Wakefield, Leeds University, all have swimmers involved in this one. Really early into his stroke there was Ethan Riling. Underwater work not for him, just get into your stroke and keep going. That's what he needs to be thinking. 29.53 is working okay for him, but maybe some others who are going to get to the form. Maybe it's going to be Rudy Chan of York City, looking strong. So too in 5 is Lewis Doubledam, and it is Doubledam who gets it. 29.15 for the Durham City swimmer, and he has taken off about 0.4 of a second off his best for that winning time. Second in the end was Daniel Morehouse, Rudy Chan third, and Ethan Riling in 4th place. Skipton, Chester Street, Kingston on Hull, Thirsk, Pocklington, Rotherham Metro, Middlesbrough, Bradford, Chester Street and Tadcaster all have swimmers in heat number 4 of the 50 backstroke. All of them on 20 or 29 seconds. Who's going to get that advantage? Ultimate. Some get into the stroke very early on, some like to use that underwater work as long as they can. Archie Norton being one of those in lane 3, and up there in lane number 6 as well is Thomas Sahar. But will it be lane 1? Blake Cooper of Chester Street. I think it's going to be. I think Blake Cooper's got this in lane number 1. And indeed he has. 28.13 for our winner. So over a second better than his entry time. Second Archie Norton, third Joe Burgess, and fourth was William Scaife. right into the cyclically seeded heats now. And looks like everybody wants to have a go at the splash and dash this morning. No withdrawals on this one so far. Doxter Darts, Derwentside, Newcastle East leads, Beverley Barracudas. City of Sunderland, Skipton leads, Newcastle and Whitby. Should give a big shout out to the Whitby team as well, who have Ben Wilkinson going for them on the far side. But it's the centre lanes we're going to concentrate on here, I think. Alexandru Lazar, City of Sunderland in 5, and also Rowan Sheriff of Skipton in 6. Looking good, but I think it's going to be Lazar who'll get there first. Oh, he threw himself into the wall. 26.82 for Lazar, and I make that a new PB. Not by much, a couple of 100s, but it's PB nonetheless, short course. Second was Rowan Sheriff. Reece Blackett in 3rd place. Heat 6. 2 from Tadcaster, in fact 3 from Tadcaster in this race, if they're all here, which they seem to be. City of Sheffield, City of Leeds, Kingston upon Hull, Leeds Uni, and Tynemouth all have swimmers involved. See a little bit of action amongst the officials down on pool deck. I think we'll just maybe need an adjustment on one of the backstroke ledges, perhaps. No, it's all okay. All okay. A range of ages in this one, by the way. Got, Jamie Hewitt at the age of 26. And we've got quite a few in the 15 year. We've got yeah, one 15-year-old and plenty of others in their mid-teens. The turn is Matthew Rooney, Leeds University, now getting caught by Rio Diodu. Diodu's going to get this, I believe, in 4. It's a mighty tight touch, but he gets it. 26.62 for the Kingston upon Hull swimmer. Second is Matthew Rooney. Third, Ben Shelton. And 4th place, 2, Jacob Brown. Last heat. They are coming thick and fast. Heat 7 again. With the 50s this morning, for the men anyway. No withdrawals that I can remember. There's still a little bit of an issue with lane 9. They keep fiddling with that backstroke ledge, but it's okay. It's okay. So Middlesbrough, Stocksbridge, City of Sunderland, Tynemouth, Kirklees. Hello to the AJ team of Newcastle, Leeds University. The other Newcastle team are in, and Borough Stockton and Beverley Barracudas. Who's had the best of the starts? Well, it's pretty good between both Daniel Cross and James Hayes there. And they'll go over pretty much together at 50. And really good underwater work from Daniel Cross. What a terrific turn. That has absolutely sealed the deal for Daniel Cross. What a terrific piece of work that was. 25.32, added to which that's a new personal best. Well, if you wanted to do a little example of how to do a turn short course in a 50, that was about as good as you're going to get. 25.32, that was superb from Daniel Cross, because he went in level with James Hayes and then suddenly threw himself pretty much off the wall into the centre of the pool, and the race was won. Won that by 18 100ths in the end for Francis Dyson and James Hayes. Well, it's mighty impressive. Watch out for him this afternoon. We'll see if he does something similar. He will do something similar today. Of course he will tonight. 25.32, that winning time. Right. Thank you to our 50 backstrokers. On to our 200 butterflies. And they are the women this time. Abigail Heald, Charlotte Morton and Lauren Lilly, all in the 232, 233, 234 range. 2 14-year-olds from Leeds. These are all lead swimmers, by the way, and one 17-year-old. The 17-year-old is leading, lane 3. So they will have similar entry times. As we start to work towards the likes of Los Angeles, and obviously after that Australia for the next Olympic cycle. So those in the 14 age group, well, we're thinking about potentially LA and maybe maturing towards Brisbane. Abigail Heald's 2:34.15 is her best or entered short course entry time. I'm sure she'd like to trim that just a little bit, take a couple of seconds off. Battle's going on between the 2 14-year-olds behind in 4 and 5, but she'll leave them to it and just going to do her thing. She'll have 50 to go when she turns this time. And we'll get an idea of how much she potentially could knock off this here. 1:47 she turns in. That 2:33, so 2:32 in her case, should be going. Obviously Butterfly takes a little bit longer to get through, like the breaststroke does. She'll turn about 2:07, so if she comes back in 25, which she will do, then that 2:32 is going to be consigned to history. I'd like to see her get around about 2:30 if she could. Oh, she'll be well inside that. Well inside that. Oh yes, that's more like it. 2:27. She'll take that, I'm sure. 2:27.29. Let's see if the other two maybe have improved as well. Abigail Heald, yes, she has by 7 seconds, and Lauren Lilly has by a second. So all three of them have improved on their entry times. So that's good to see. On to heat 2. We'll check across, see if we've got any empty spaces. We have. We don't have a 7. Megan Chu of Kingston upon Hull, Molly Gould of City of Sunderland, Neem Carroll, Tadcaster, Freya Tyas of York City, Megan Wood, Doncaster Darts, Nadine Wilson of Borough Stockton, and Evie Harris of City of Leeds. All racing, all trying to catch at the moment. Freya Tyas of York City, because she is the front runner, the early pace setter in lane number 4. That's 50 done for her. Half a second advantage. Can she keep this going? She's got about a body length advantage over the ones to her side, but she's got to watch out for Molly Gould in 2, who's looking quite strong for City of Sunderland, but it is the York City to Freya Tyas, who's still at the front. She was at 50, so she will be at 100. Halfway stage here. She's got Megan Wood right alongside her, and she's got, well, I say right alongside her. As I was saying that, she came off the wall, she started to pull away from the others, so it's over a body length advantage and improving from her point of view over the others. Now Freya's got 2:29.50. That's her entry time. That should be smashed today. See, Butterfly, the last 50 can be quite agonizing. Just don't put too much into the early stages, because your body may well react. That lactate starts to build up, and the last 50 can be just agonizing, but she's still keeping that distance between the others and herself. And looks like Freya Tyas has got this absolutely nailed and brilliantly timed. Find the last 25 don't come and bite her. Freya Tyas looking good. The 17-year-old from York City. Head down, try and get inside that 229. Well, she will be inside 229. It's a question of how much she will be inside 229. Actually, having said that, it's going to be quite tight. It's just giving her the big build-up, and perhaps she's not going to quite get there. Yeah, 230 it was. I thought she was going to crack 230 today, but wasn't quite to be. 230.33, still wins that relatively comfortably though. Megan Wood in second, Molly Gould in third, and Nadine Wilson in fifth, Megan Chu fourth. Yeah, I was absolutely convinced she was going to go under 230 there, but she didn't. So Charlotte Morton did in the opening heat. We don't have a lane 4, and we don't have a lane 8 in this one. Other than that, Grace Burton's there from Doncaster Darts, Sophia Gledhill of City of Bradford, Naomi Shivels of Chester Street, Laura Thompson of City of Leeds, then Holly Wilson, City of Leeds, Chloe Cook, City of Sheffield, Evie O'Halloran Hutchison of Derwentsside 7, and Darcy Crossley of Leeds in 9. Oh, this is a nice tight one between 3, and they'll be separated by nothing at all. 13 100ths as the answer. Shevels, Jones, Gledhill, 13 100ths between the top 3. Now, who's got the momentum to try and take over the middle of this race? Potentially looks like being Ashley Bailey of City of Sheffield, I think. I think she's just had a pretty good 25 there and having a good 50 right now, but she has some opposition from Sophia Gledhill in 1. And Gledhill will be her closest adversary at the turn. In fact, Gledhill was just out of our leader, Isla Jones. I'll see Sheffield still locked together, the two of them. Isla Jones might just come off that wall marginally the better. There'll be 50 to go when they touch the wall this time. But there's still nothing to separate them. It's going to be right on who goes into the wall first. And it is this time Isla Jones. Oh no, it isn't. They're going to go with exactly the same time. Joint first off the wall. Isla Jones and Sophia Gledhill. Nothing to separate, but Isla Jones, I think, just maybe now has the strength over the last 50 to pull away marginally, not by much, but enough from Sophia Gledhill. 226 for the Bradford swimmer. That's going to come down by a lot. Going to come down by a lot. Isla Jones got 216, so they shouldn't even really be in the same ballpark, but this is going to be a massive PB for Sophia Gledhill. 226 down to 222. Isla Jones 221 just wins that. Well, wins it by a second. And Naomi Shivels, but that is a big, big new personal best for the 15-year-old from City of Bradford. 226 down to a 222.9. And third place Naomi Shivels with a 227. No, not quite on par with what she has done in the past, but so we expected Isla Jones to do that. Perhaps we did not expect Sophia Gledhill to do that. She obviously did, and has done a very good and very impressive new PB. All right, who have we not got for this one? Looks like we might be missing a 0. Looks like we might be missing a 7. So a couple are scratched from heat number 4. So these are the ones who were in there. Matilda Potter of City of Leeds, Leonie Young of Billingham, Madison Johnson of Doncaster Darts, Ashley Bailey, City of Sheffield, Seren Talentire of Morpeth, Jess Widdowson of City of Leeds, Misha Comrie of City of Leeds, and Annabelle Cooper of Chester Street. The action all happening in lanes 4 and 5. Ashley Bailey and Seren Talentire. Well, on paper, they're about 8 seconds separates them for their entry time, but it's not even 8 tenths here. 0.25 between Ashley Bailey, 16-year-old from City of Sheffield, and Seren Talentire, 14-year-old from Morpeth. He's impressed me this weekend. A lot of impressive 14-year-olds and 13-year-olds on the scene here who are going to, we hope, mature into really great swimmers, and they're showing great potential this weekend. Bailey just with a better body length advantage at the halfway stage. Second, Talentire, then Madison Johnson, then Leonie Young, 4th place. It should all be about Ashley Bailey going on to win this. So she has about 8-second advantage over anybody else in this field entry, time-wise. And now, 3rd and 4th is getting a little bit more competitive. 1 and 2 is not, because 1 is pretty much nailed on for Ashley Bailey. And 2nd would seem to be nailed on for Seren Talentire. So whether she can get inside her 2:18.2, every chance she might. Just a case of qualification for Ashley Bailey. He's trying to do a 2:10 this morning. Doesn't serve any purpose. It's quite a tough event, I always think, for young swimmers. Butterflies need really strong hips. Get those hips moving. So our winner's in. Now, how close can Talentire get to 2:18? No, she's not really, is she? 2:23, but no, that's a good race, and she kept Ashley Bailey on close watch for quite a while. Leonie Young in 3rd. Really very quick heat, that, to be honest, but Young's right around her personal best, just outside it by 15/100ths. Okay, no 0, and that would be it in terms of withdrawals, I think. Yeah, just 0 not showing this time. Ellie Peacock, Richmond, Dale, Anna Smith of Wakefield. Then we have Sheffield triumvirate of Isabella Shearing, Candice Hall, Erin Tankard. 2 from Leeds, Leah Schlossen, Evangeline Stacey, and then 2 from Stockton, Leonie Jones and Becky Watson. Candice Hall taking this by the scruff of the neck and leading at 50. Erin Tankard, a teammate, right alongside her, and then one up from her, Leah Schlossen. We talked about the very busy program she's got this weekend. Surely we're taking its toll on her because they're all in very hard training right now. Remember, most of these clubs are in hard training, not really race prepared. So anything they get out this weekend is a bonus. The new personal best, of which there have been a lot this weekend, are kind of contrary to set up the Hamming right now, because they're really in hard training and probably not race prepared. Candice Hall has a good couple of body lengths advantage. Well, 2 body lengths advantage, probably about a 3-1 now. 50 to go for her. She turns. Coming in 2nd at the moment. It's Erin Tankard, but it's a big distance, isn't it, between our leader and 2nd, and quite a big gap back to 3rd place, which is occupied by Ellie Peacock at this stage, lane 1. But just finish the job off is all that needs to be done now for Candice Hall. 2:07's going to come and go before she completes, but she'll be the one to beat later today. That there is no doubt. Still nice, comfortable, but well executed heat swim. Erin Tankard will be 2nd, 3rd will be Ellie Peacock, and 4th, it looks to me like Leah Schlossen will get 4th place. I don't think that's correct. Oh, there you go. There's the correction. Leah Schlossen, 4th place, which means Evangeline Stacey was 5th. That's our glitch in our computer there. .200 IM, 4 men, all 4 in. Jack Kelso of Morpeth, Cody Ingram of Borough Barnsley, Peter McGrother of Durham City, and Michael Alsafai of Billingham. All with inch times around about 2:21, 2:22. It'd be great if we could see some 2:19s. Maybe. Or before Cody Ingram, before this is done. First 50 butterfly completed, onto the backstroke he goes. So Jack Kelso's 15, surrounded by 16-year-olds, Cody Ingram, Peter McGrother and Michael Alsafai. Just tighten up a bit at the front now between 4 and 3. Cody Ingram and the closest to us, Jack Kelso. Breaststroke might just change things around again, but we have a new leader now. Jack Kelso might have got to the wall, or get to the wall first. He does by half a second. Peter McGrother followed by Michael Alsafai. Just watching McGrother come back on the breaststroke. Look at him really powering through on this breaststroke. This is one of his strong strokes for being quite a way away third. He's almost second now. He and Cody Ingram are battling out for second, but I think we've got a clear leader. Jack Kelso is looking good, as he did on the backstroke, so he does on the breaststroke too. The next 3 are all pretty closely grouped though, so it's time to finish it off for Jack Kelso. 2:22 should be under threat here. It will be under threat as he comes back. Question of how much time he can potentially take off this. Can he get it down to 2:20? Be good. Yeah, 2:20's almost in range here for our winner. And he has done it. Broken it. Broken 2:20. 2:19. Well done, Jack. Very good job. Very good job indeed. 2:19.91 for the Morpeth swimmer, 15 years of age. Should be delighted with that. Should be thrilled with that. It all changed around behind, you know. Michael Alsafai got second place in the end. And also got new PB as well. Peter McGrother in third place. And that was not quite a PB, but top 2 did. A really good swim for Jack Kelso. Right, Joe Burgess of Skipton, George Brooks, City of Leeds, Zach Larson, Chester Street, Rudy Chan, York City, Chester Street's Leo White, Finley Williams of Leeds University, Skipton's Sean Smith, Ben Swan of Borough Stockton, Jad Idris of City of Leeds, and Samuel Antrobus of Borough Stockton, all involved in heat number 2 of the 200 metres individual medley. And early leader is lane 6, Sean Smith of Skipton, liking the butterfly in the early stages of the backstroke, it would seem. Looking very secure and very comfortable, waiting for that threat to appear. May come from Rudy Chan. Certainly when we get to the breaststroke it might come. At the moment he's got about 2 body lengths advantage. Smith over Chan. Now how long is that going to last for? Can his breaststroke pull him away? At the moment it's certainly doing just that. Sean Smith looking like he's, even at this stage, got this race nailed. Remember, it's only 200, not 400, so if he can keep a bit of a lead and keep that advantage over Rudy Chan, I think it's his for the taking now. Chan's now starting to get caught a little bit by Sam Antrobus on the far side. But that'll be the 1, 2, 3 at the moment. 50 to go. Sean Smith looking good on a 2:20 entry time. So he'll be looking on this turn of 159. Yeah, he should be able to come back in under 20. Well, he will come back in under 20. So we've got another PB heading our way and heading Sean Smith's way from Skipton. That's going to be well inside 2:20. Forget your 2:20s, forget your 2:17s, 16s or 15s. 2:14.96. Brand new and a huge new personal best for Sean Smith. And he's won that by how much? 3.5 seconds he's won that by. That's a pretty dominant performance of somebody in lane 6 who had a 2:20, and there were 3 swimmers in that field coming in who had faster times than he. 2:14. So he's bypassed a lot of those times to go to a 2:20 to a 2:14, and he is only 15 years of age. Really impressive. Well done. It's a couple of really good swims already in the 200 IM. Got 3 absentees in this one. 3 have gone. So let's give you the ones that are there. Oliver Dodsworth of Newcastle. Stokesley's Ethan Stannard. William Sutcliffe of Beverley Barracudas. Finn Ripley is there for Middlesbrough. Ben Rogers is there in lane number 4 for Richmond Dale, and then so too is Aaron Wharton of Richmond Dale. Then we've got 3 empty lanes before we get to Gregor Batley of Alnwick Dolphins. Look at this, 4, 5 in a row. Right across the pool, there's 5 in a row here going into the wall, pretty much at identical times. It's going to take a bit maybe to separate them out. The breaststroke often does. Just with the advantage, it's Ben Rogers of Richmond Dale, I think. Or is it potentially Gregor Batley of Alnwick Dolphins on the far side? Yeah, it is, by 16/100ths. They can't see him, he's too far away from them. They'll be racing their own races, indeed he has to too. But onto the breaststroke, Ben Rogers starting to force his way through, well ahead of the pack on this side anyway. Rogers now is in front with Batley in second place, maybe. It always changes so much on the breaststroke, and a good breaststroke leg from Ethan Stannard's brought him right up into second place now. Last 50 on this 200 IM. And Ben Rogers. Oh, everybody else around him's got 2:17, 2:18. He'll really want to get well inside that, and he will be well inside it too. He can bring this 25 back. 2:17 will be turning into a 2:14 or 15, I think, maybe even better. Yeah, 2:13, 2:13.85 for our winner. We are seeing some huge drop downs in time here. 2:13.85. Remember, these are short course times. They don't do short course that often, but even so, 2:17 down to 2:13 is a mammoth chunk out of that. Second, Ethan Stannard, 2:17. Did he? Yeah, he improved his too. Finn Ripley, 2:18.13, just outside his best. E4. We haven't lost anybody this time. Conor Robinson, Chapeltown. Ben Gilchrist of Richmond Dale. James Robinson, City of Leeds. Martin Smith of Borough of Kirklees. Jay Manners of Derwenside. Tom Wilkinson of City of Sheffield. Thomas McDermott of Middlesbrough. Reese Blackett, Newcastle. Oliver Whittleston of City of Leeds. And Lewis Doubledam of Durham City. This one is not quite so clear-cut. Martin Smith just with the advantage going in at 50. Jay Manners in second. Tom Wilkinson in third place. Butterfly done. Backstroke coming. Jay Manners maybe starting to move into the lead, but on the far side in 7. Reese Blackett's looking good on the backstroke also. Jay trying to take advantage of maybe one of his stronger strokes here to take the lead, but him and Reese Blackett will go into the wall pretty much at the same time. There won't be much between 4 and 7 on this turn. 0.23. Blackett just takes over from Manners. Then Wilkinson. Now breaststroke. It is the stroke that sorts them out. And watch for Tom Wilkinson, City of Sheffield, who's got a really strong breaststroke. Might have been back in third, but he may not be back in third for very long. He may well be in second before too long. Jay Manners holding on to that lead and, well, stretching it over a couple, but look, as they all start joining up together. Wilkinson is now into second place. Lead not big for Jay Manners, but it's a lead nonetheless going into the last 50. A lead of nearly 2 seconds. I think that should be good enough for him to hold on now. Wilkinson under pressure from McDermott for that second place, and also fast finishing Rhys Blackett, Newcastle up there in lane number 7. But the win is certainly going to go to Jay Manners. Find there's no disqualification. He won't be wanting that to happen. 23 years of age, still looking in prime form. He says he's still got the best yet to come, and that is a 2:07.23. Well, there'll be more to come tonight. There'll be more in the locker later on. Thomas Wilkinson, 2:10.08. And third place to Tom McDermott, 2:10.35. That's just outside his best in third place. Two more heats to come of the men's 200 IM. Just a quick cursory glance across to see that everybody is where they should be. Joshua McCollin of Kingston upon Hull, Christian Ryan of Tyndale, Cameron Rhodes of Rotherham Metro, then 3 Sheffield swimmers, Thomas Bergman, Barnaby Howarth Osborne, Matthew Woodall, then Dan Jackson of Borough of Kirklees, Joshua Harris of Tadcaster, Joshua Robinson of Derwentide, and Tom Smith of Richmond Dale. So that's taken us to the conclusion of the butterfly part of the 200 IM. And it's Barnaby Howarth Osborne who has the advantage, only a 1/10 of a second advantage, however, over Cameron Rhodes. Then it's Joshua Harris in third place. This race will change complexion, I'm sure, as IMs often do, all the way through. And look at that, 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much go over together. Red cap of Barnaby Howarth Osborne just prominent in that little section. But watching out for Cameron Rhodes, has had a really good second half as well. He's right up there. And only just over a second separates the top 4. Breaststroke now with Matthew Woodall coming right back at his teammate from Sheffield. Good turn though from Barnaby just to get himself ahead, albeit marginally, over Matthew Woodall, and are starting to join in the race as well. To the left is Thomas Bergman. So 3 Sheffield swimmers right at the front of the field, and it's changing hands again. This time it's Daniel Jackson of Borough of Kirklees who gets into the front portion of the race. And I don't think he's going to be headed. He's had a really good weekend, Dan Jackson. 2:09.9 is his best in this. A terrific day yesterday did the 15-year-old. 16 as he is now this year. And they're not going to catch him. Dan Jackson is going to win this, and he's going to stop the clock just outside his PB, 2:09.95. So 2:09.90 is his best, so there's an improvement still to come later today. Second is Matthew Woodall, third Barnaby Howarth Osborne, and fourth is Cameron Rhodes. But 2:09, still the fastest time though from Jay Manners, 2:07.7. Yeah, all present and correct for this one too. Devon Creighton of Chester Street, Dan Stevens of Beverley Barracudas, Jacob Brown, Tadcaster, Luke Clegg, Borough of Kirklees, Charlie Broom, City of Leeds, Simon Robson, York City, Kurish Kodakar, City of Leeds, Cohen Stevenson of City of Leeds, William Gower, Middlesbrough, and Newcastle's James Hodgson. And no doubt he's gone out of bed the right side this morning. Charlie Broom got the first 50 accomplished pretty quickly there, 26.66. And good advantage already over Simon Robson as he swims down that side of the pool to his right-hand side. And the only two in the frame at the moment, and potential of winning it, but though coming through in 3 is Luke Clegg. Borough of Kirkley is just taking over second place now from Robson on the backstroke. Breaststroke will change things around, so one of Robson's strong strokes in 5. But also strong for Charlie Broom, who has a 2:03 to his name, which is a bit quicker than anybody else in this field. And he's not powering away as such, but he's keeping a respectful distance between him and the rest right now. Good scrap going for second place, though, between the swimmers in 3 and 5, Luke Clegg and Simon Robson. But I don't think they're going to catch Charlie Broom. Charlie Broom's looking like he's a man on a mission this morning, just 50 to go. Like a 2:03 this morning, I don't think, but in fact he won't be. But what he needs to do is finish this one off, see if he can drag Luke Clegg, Simon Robson along to a quick time. It's not going to be a 2:03, but I think he'll accept maybe a 2:06 potentially. .207, just edged over to the 2:07s. 2:07.04, won that by over a second from Luke Clegg, third Simon Robson. That's your top 3 in the final heat of the men's 200 IM. So from the men's 200 IM, we move on to the women's 400 freestyle. And we'll be bringing you 4 heats of that. And everybody seems to be in, so I can give you their names. Evie Lambert, S9 competitor from Borough of Kirklees in 1. 2 is Lauren Heppel of Newcastle. Matilda Potter of City of Leeds in 3. 4 is Jessica Riley of Harrogate. 5 is Lily Bryant of Borough of Kirklees. 6, Gwendolyn Means of Tyndale, and Leah Weston of Richmond Dale in 7. Aside from Evie, our disability swimmer, everybody else has a time around about 4:37, 8 or 9. So there's only about a spread of 2 to 3 seconds for the whole of this field, excepting Evie, of course. Lauren Heppel, looking good for Newcastle right now. Early stages anyway. It's only 100 of the 400 gone, but she is leading. 2 up from her is Jessica Riley of Harrogate. So we've got comparable times, 4:37, 4:38, 4:39. So it looks like the race is shaping up pretty much like that. The top 5 are separated by a negligible amount. Very little to choose between them right now. But still, just Lauren Heppel of Newcastle from Jessica Riley. And then going over at about the same time was Gwendolyn Means. Not only the same time, just 1/100th apart. But it is now just starting to come together as a race. If you look right across the top 5, there's nothing really to choose between 2, 3, 4 and 5 right now. Alita's still got a bit of an advantage, but it's not a massive one. This will be halfway. The advantage is 1.69 right now. Keep an eye on that, see whether it changes much, but I don't think it's going to go up. It's maybe going to come down. Jessica Riley is moving through. So too, up in 6 is Gwendolyn Mearns. I think she's got a work cut out here. Lauren Heppel to try and hold on. That looks like quite a good advantage now. Still quite a bit of the race still to go, and they are starting to edge their way towards her. She's got a decent advantage. Not a winning one yet. Lauren Heppel. Jessica Riley. And then it's Gwendolyn Mearns right up there. Look at that. It's only a third of a second separating 2 and 3. And look, they are coming back as we thought they might. Gwendolyn Mearns is really making her move right now. Still just about holding on Lauren Heppel, but that lead is evaporating. And she got 50 more meters after this to try and hold on. Mearns is looking like a woman on a mission up there in lane number 6. She may well take over the lead soon. Is it going to be on this touch? It is. 12 100ths. She has taken it to the front. 14 years of age. I'm really impressed with her this weekend from Tyndale. We're obviously looking for those big stars to emerge for the future, and she could potentially be one of them. Now, 4:38 is going to be obliterated here. 4:38, forget that. That's not going to happen. She's got another 50 to go here. But, she's going to come back on a 35 to break her personal best. Well, she's going to do that. Absolutely certain. So how much inside? Take your bets. 4:38 entry time. How much she could be inside 4:38? About 18 seconds to come back. I think 4:36 maybe. Let's go 4:36 for Gwendolyn Mearns, who's going to win this. 4:37 perhaps. Go on, it's a bit out. 4:37, there you go. 4:37. So down she comes in terms of time. Jessica Riley gets second place. Matilda Potter in 4th. Lauren Heppel, our early leader, in 3rd place. And we'll await Evie Lambert, who's got a 5:50 best time short course. See whether she can get inside that. She has a good shot at it. 5:50.88. And the board says 5:13. She's way inside that. Way inside it. 5:13.50. Thought she seemed to be not too far behind the able-bodieds there. 5:13 for Evie Lambert. 5:50 entry time. I beg your pardon, she's done another 50 to go. I was thinking that's really quick, but okay. 5:54. 05. Is that 5:54? Yeah. For Evie. Yeah, not far outside her PB. She'd knocked a massive amount off there. Right, on to heat 2. And we have one absentee. The others are there to be named, so I shall do that for you. Emily Afia Rickerson from Kingston upon Hull, Sophie McClure, Tadcaster, Olivia Tom, York City, Rihanna Foster of Kingston upon Hull, Katie Blunt of City of Sunderland, City of Leeds, Lauren Lilly, Catherine Noble of Newcastle, Charlotte Morton of City of Leeds, and Pearl Lightwood of Middlesbrough. Early stages. Olivia Tom, York City might just have the slight advantage over the rest. Not a big one as yet, but she set off the early pace. Alongside her is Rihanna Foster of Kingston upon Hull, and also a few lanes away up in 7th, Catherine Noble of Newcastle. They will be the top 3. Tom with 0.87 advantage at this stage, which isn't much at all. Quite well spread out. Tom, all these swimmers pretty much in the 4:31, 2 and 3 range. She has a 4:33.50 entry time. She will not be aware of what's happening with Lauren Lilly up in 6. Or indeed what's happening with Catherine Noble in 7. Catherine Noble is at the moment her nearest adversary. But she is 5 lanes away. I doubt very much whether she can see her and knows exactly what she is doing. She look across. At the moment she won't be able to see her anyway. But she's right there. It's joint second maybe is Rihanna Foster, a little bit behind, 0.3 of a second behind. Olivia Tom, sure with the sights set on a 4:30 or something like that, if she could just knock it down a few seconds, get into that 4:30 territory. Short course. Well, she's still holding on. Looking pretty smooth and pretty controlled at it too. 2 and 3 has barely changed. Still Catherine Noble, still Rihanna Foster. Her newest challengers, but they're the only 2. Although I am keeping an eye on Emily Rickinson of Kingston upon Hull, because she is starting to sneak through in lane 0. Probably up into 4th, almost up into 3rd now. So watch for her on a little graphic, see how close she is now, because she's starting to edge her way in. She's certainly in that group, Rickinson, for the top 4. 2.28 separates 1 to 4 right now. But they're not really getting that close to Olivia Tom. She's done a very good job of keeping them at arm's length. Well, they might be swarming toward her at one stage, but she's never really let them get that close. She'll have 50 to go next time. I think she's going to go wall to wall here. She's going to do the lead on every single sector. I can't see anybody overhauling her in the distance that remains, which is just over 25 meters now. Good swim. Now, if she can just get inside at 4:33, get closer to 4:30, and I think she's going to do just that. This is going to be inside 4:30. Good first sub 4:30 swim coming for Olivia Tom. 4:29.78. Well, actually a good call by me, because that was a bit tighter than I thought it would be, but still got inside that 4:30. 4:29.78. Catherine Noble 2nd place, Emily Rickinson in 3rd. So excellent jump down in time from 4:33.5 to 4:29.7 for our winner. Catherine Noble was up in the 4:34s, now in the 4:31s. Rickinson also brings her time down, 4:37 to 4:31. Right, we're going to have one who's scratched. Everybody else is there, including Leah Schlossen back again. Not much recovery time for her in any of these events. Holly Stoker, City of Sunderland. Evangeline Stacey, City of Leeds. Izzy May Reeves, City of Sheffield. Holly Wilson, City of Leeds. Leah Schlossen, City of Leeds. City of Sheffield's Isla Jones back again. She's only just come out of the pool as well. City of Leeds, Jess Widdowson, Daisy Purchase of Rotherham Metro, and Molly Baker, our City of Sheffield. Early stages, long way still to go, but it is Izzy May Reeves in with a 4:24, but in the centre, Leah Schlossen's done a 4:16, Holly Wilson's done a 4:18. So imagine they will start to edge back towards our early leader before too long. But 100 gone of the 400. Izzy May Reeves has a nice advantage, not a winning one yet, 0.63. See if she can build on that, or is she going to get caught? She may well soon start to get caught by Leah Schlossen. So Schlossen just started to make her move, and she'll be aware of the move being made by Holly Wilson. She's right alongside it, but Schlossen is just coming back. I think she might just be behind her on the touch, but there's not going to be much on it. In fact, sneaking in again in lane 0, Holly Stoker. Yeah, that's what always happens with these races. You concentrate so much on 1, 2, 3, 4 in those centre lanes, and lane 0 just comes and sneaks out of nowhere. Holly Stoker, City of Sunderland now. Is right, well, there's 3 of them right up there, to be honest. Leah Schlossen, Holly Wilson, Holly Stoker, all in a line going in. Look at this, 18 100ths between the top 3. That was all there was when they came back at the halfway stage. 3 of them right across the pool, separated by a negligible amount. Also, talking about keeping an eye on outside smokers, Molly Baker, City of Sheffield in lane 9, is starting to make her move as well. So it's going to be a hard one to call. 0, 3, 5 and 9 all at the front of the field, but watch out for Molly Baker's name appearing now on your graphic. She's only a second behind at the top of the picture. So Leeds 1-2 at the moment, with Holly Wilson and Leah Schlossen. And then third place will be Molly Baker now, I think. And fourth place will be Holly Stoker of City of Sunderland. So, 100 to go. Now, is Molly Baker going to be the real surprise packet here? Because she's only got a 4:30 entry time, which is some 14 seconds slower than Leah Schlossen, but she's right up there on the far side. She's in third place. 2 lead swimmers right at the front. Sheffield swimmer, then a Sunderland swimmer in the top 4. Looks like Holly Wilson's going to get the better of Leah Schlossen on this one. And Molly Baker only has 50 to potentially get second place. But she's got third, I think, nailed down. Holly Wilson's got a 4:18 as her edge time. She's not going to better that today. She's not going to come back in 10 seconds. But she is going to be in around 4:22, something like that. And a little bit outside, 4:23. 4:23.9 for our winner. 4:23.9. Nice loss of 4:26. Now, what did Molly Baker do? Molly Baker did do a 3.5 second PB. Took it down from 4:30 to 4:27 for third place. And what did Holly Stoker do? Holly Stoker was on 4:29, so she didn't quite improve on hers. But fourth place for the City of Sunderland. Remember, very big improvement downwards. Downwards and upwards, if you like, from Molly Baker. Right, last heat. Again, we have absentees, only 1 though, I think. Yes. So it's Molly Fisher of Rotherham Metro, Emma Price of Sedgefield, then 2 from Sheffield, Ava Cook and Ashley Bailey. Newcastle's Laura Hodgson. 2 more from Sheffield, Georgia Robertson and Eve Doherty. Emily Headley of Newcastle and Jessica Schmelt of Borough of Kirklees. Told you all their names, see what they're doing in the pool. Emma Price is right up there alongside Ashley Bailey. Early stages, 0.35 separates them. Laura Hodgson in third. This could be quite a competitive one, I think. Even though Ashley Bailey's on paper about 2.5 seconds quicker than everybody else. I'm feeling that she's not wanting to really over-expend her energy this morning. There might just be a chance for others to be alongside her, so you put pressure on her. Ashley Bailey from Laura Hodgson now in second place on this turn. Third is Ava Cook. She and Emma Price went over together for third place. So, Ashley Bailey, best time of short course of 4:12.40, 16 years of age. Laura Hodgson is a year older from Newcastle, in the adjoining lane. I haven't really dropped anybody in this race. Everybody's covered by about 10 metres. So nobody reached tail off at the back. Everybody's still very much competitive in this race. Ashley Bailey, though, the most competitive of the lot right now, still at the front. 4:12.40 is not going to be on her register this morning. Just a case of winning this heat, which she's doing relatively comfortably right now. Laura Hodgson will still push her all the way, as indeed will Emma Price, who's just snuck up into third place on her own, with Ava Cook. Very professional afternoon, no, just morning still, performance from Ashley Bailey. Doing exactly what she has to do without overstraining, without having to rep too hard. Still with a nice advantage, not having to be too concerned. 2.11 over Hodgson and Price third. And then it is Ava Cook. The lead really hasn't changed a great deal. Not extended massively, not reduced massively. Pretty solid all the way through. Second, third and fourth has changed a bit, but the leader has not changed one iota. That's about as comfortable as could get from her point of view. Again, not having to really race this morning, just to tick over. Make sure there's no little idiosyncrasies creep into your thing, because you have to obviously swim a little bit under full pelt. 80%, 90% from what you would do flat out. Make sure your stroke does not disintegrate. 50 to go for Ashley Bailey, with Laura Hodgson still holding on to second place. Hasn't changed for a bit, with Emma Price in third. And job very, very well done by 16-year-old from the city of Sheffield, Ashley Bailey. Will be happy with this. She hasn't ever really had to go to another gear. Just stick to what she knows and finish it all off. You know, solid time, 4:18. Fastest of the morning by quite a way, 4:18.85. Laura Hodgson with a 4:21. And third place to Emma Price, who actually does get inside her entry time with that. She was in the 4:23s, down in the 4:22s now. Completes heat number 4, which is the final heat of the women's 400 IM. Well, the ultimate splash and dash is the 50 free. It looks like we only have 2 remaining of the original 4. We do. They are Miles Kinnan in 4 and Kenneth Juan in 5. 25.5, 25.6. Their entry times from Sheffield and from Sunderland respectively. And that is brilliant underwater work from Kenneth Huam. Barely appeared on the surface at any stage there. And gets a time of 25.16. Well, they obviously weren't paying him for the swimming part of it. So that was pretty much sub-aqua. 25.6, 25.16. You can see that a lot now in the 50 frees that are going to come, and we're going to have plenty of them. We've got 7 heats of this, so watch out. You will barely see the swimmers' torsos after the start. When they come off the turn, see how far they go underwater. So you can see them all now. Watch now. Right, some are going to, well, actually a lot of them don't. Say he didn't do as much as Kenneth Huam did, but Sam Antrobus. Or is it going to be Sam Beckenholt? Yes, it is. 24.85 for the swimmer from Darlington in lane 1. Good work. Under 25 for the first time. Antrobus also under 25 for the first time. 24.91. Similarly with Sam Akers. And Ben Towser with the new personal best as well. So a lot of improvements there. All right, here we go. Heat 3. Just don't have time to even give you the clubs on this one. We are missing though lane 6. The absolute epitome of splash and dash short course 50 freestyle. Well, they're not using as much of the underwater as I thought they were going to do, having given the big tee up, but Sean Smith of Skipton's looking good. So too is Zach Larson. And coming fast is Ethan Reiling in 4. Zach Larson gets it in 24.81. So Zach goes down below the 25s for the first time, as does Sean Smith, and so too Ethan Reiling. So they're all heading in the right direction on their 50 freestyle. Well, there's the lineup. Obviously, I've got time to mention the clubs or indeed the names. Really positive start from Alfie Maguire. Alfie Maguire's going for this big time. Now, watch the underwater work. Yeah, it's only partial, doesn't take it too far, but Alfie Maguire absolutely powering on. So too is Joe Stott in lane number 3. It's going to be between these two. Joe Stott maybe, yes, 24.18. East lead swimmer knocks quite a few tenths off that original short course entry time. Alfie Maguire 24.5, and that was 24.6 before that. So that's another 1/10 of a second advantage he's just taken there. Good race. Good race between them. I'm just going to get quicker. Not quicker swimmers to come when we get to the last heat. We're talking about people who do 21s, not 24s. Right, let's see what comes from this. Rowan Smith's got the fastest time in the field at 23. He's in lane number 4. Alongside him is Adam Wood of City of Sheffield, Matthew Rooney of Leeds University, all there in the centre lanes. Not making as much advantage of the underwater as I thought they would, but lane 4, Rowan Smith wants it on the top of the water from Skipton. He's going to come all the way through to win this in lane number 4, and does so in 23.06. Just a little bit shy, just a bit outside is 23 dead. Second place to Matthew Rooney, Adam Wood in 3rd, William Graham in 4th place. Now, these really do come and go quickly, don't they? That's in the 25 seconds per race. The Speed Merchants. Got, just one swimmer in the next heat under 23. I think we might get a couple. So John Cooley is the only one in this field who has been under 23 short course, and he's straight into a stroke in lane number 4, tracked by Ned Sharp of Skipton, but it's looking like Jordan Cooley has a mission. Has to get to the wall first, and he is absolutely flying here. No question about who's going to win this. Just a question of what time Jordan Cooley is going to do, and it's 22:11. 22:11. So he's knocked a quarter of a second off his entry time to bring it down to low 22. So we've gone from 24:18 to 23:06 to 22:11. Now, potentially we could get under 22 with the next heat. I don't think it's going to happen, but we could. Because Tom Wilkinson has done a 21:9. Let's see. He's in lane number 4 and is capable of going under 22. I think it's going to be tonight if it happens. I don't think it's going to happen this morning, but you will never know. Look at him go. Look at him go. Maybe I should retract that statement. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does with 25 to go. Well, he's certainly going to win this, and he's going to win it pretty comfortably, isn't he? But is he going to be under 22? He's not going to be. He's going to be on 22. He's on 22:86. So actually, compared to the last one, it wasn't that quick. It's all relative, of course. 22:11, 22:86. But nonetheless, that was rapid stuff from Tom Wilkinson, with Ethan Balin in second, Jack Jenkinson in third, and Kieran Grant in fourth place. Looking forward to the finals of those tonight. Not going to see much happening on the surface, but there's going to be some speed merchants in there later on. Let's calm things down a bit. Having had the 50 free, we'll go to the more sedate 200 breaststroke for women. And how many heats of this are we going to have? 6. 6 is the answer. Now we have all 3 in for the opening one. Millie Shaw, seeing quite a bit of Millie today. Loftus Dolphins in 3. Ankarad Larriman, Leeds University in 4. Charlotte Shaw of City of Leeds in 8. Age range wise, 19 years of age this year is Ankarad, and the other 2 are 14. Charlotte Shaw, one of those 14-year-olds, just got the advantage at 50. There's only 0.41 to separate all 3 of them right now. Their entry times will indicate that too. 2:54, 2:54, 2:55. Nothing really in terms of their short course entry times suggests a dominant performance by any of these 3. It's just the City of Leeds swimmer who is edging in front. Maybe not for long. Ankarad is just moving now to the front of the race. Might potentially see all 3 of them lead at some stage here, but she, at the halfway stage, takes over. And maybe we'll start to push for a win. Stage. It's a nice stroke, not particularly aggressive, but gets the job done. Takes her where she needs to be. Certainly ahead of the other 2 right now, anyway. 2:54.76 is her entry time, which is actually only 2 100ths quicker than Charlotte Shaw. But that's not the way this race is unfolding right now. She looks pretty much in control of things with 50 to go. Actually, another 100 to go, of course. No, I think I was right the first time. Sorry. Always a short course, you're going right. Is it 7? Is it 8? Yeah. Well, they come back this time. This will be the conclusion of the first heat to a breaststroke. And target time for Ankarad to improve on a short course history is 2:54.76. Yeah, she should be comfortably inside that. Well, the 2:50 actually. 2:49, good, good. Little milestone achieved. 2:49.84. Her second was Charlotte Shaw, and she's got a new PB too. Millie Shaw has likewise, all 3 quicker than they've ever been before. Short course in the 200 breaststroke. Heat 2. More involved in this, all involved in this. Lydia Brown, City of Sheffield, Beth Richardson of Tynemouth, Sophie Bourne, Sheffield City, Middlesbrough's Isabel Daly, Casey Campbell of Borough of Stockton, Borough of Kirklees has Molly Marsh, Olivia Harris of Kingston upon Hull, Rosie Keefe of City of Wakefield, Tatenda Tiyenga of Borough of Stockton. All racing in the second heat of the 200 breaststroke. This one is a little bit tighter. In fact, it's 3, 4, 5 going to the wall together, separated by what? 0.46 is the answer. Casey Campbell just to the 4, but not by much. There's Olivia Harris at that turn in second place, but this race is going to change complexion quite a bit, I think, during the course of the 200 meters we're going to see, or what remains of it. Tiyenga at the top of your picture, certainly well and truly in the mix here. In fact, she may well be forcing herself to the front of the field. Now they're separated out the 2 leaders by 5 lanes, and 3 further lanes up is Beth Richardson. So this top 3 are about as far split as you could be. 0.69. Campbell from Richardson from Tiyenga. Lane 8. Lane 4, lane 1. And starting to come back into the field and starting to put a bit of challenge in. Olivia Harris in 6 now. So we may well have 8, 6, 4 and 1. I think we're doing lottery numbers here, but it's just that because of the gap between all of those, they may not be aware of the pattern of the races that's emerging. Casey Campbell just holding on to that advantage in 4. Then, is it going to be Richardson or Tiyenga? It's going to be Richardson for second, Tiyenga for third. Harris for 4, but very strong and good leading from the front performance here from Casey Campbell. 2:53 is her best. Also starting to make another move is Beth Richardson. I haven't forgotten about her, but it's just that my eye line is always drawn to the middle lanes, but there's a lot going on this side too. Beth Richardson is certainly starting to make her move up towards our leader. Casey Campbell still has that advantage and not going to relinquish it. That's it, done. 2:48.83. Oh, that's nice. Well under for the first time, that 2:50. Really polished swim that from Casey Campbell. Did what she had to do. Didn't get flummoxed, didn't get stressed, didn't try to make sure that stroke broke down. Kept everything in good position. Beth Richardson 2:49. That'll be a new improvement for her. Yeah, it is. 2:54 down 2:59. And Isabel Daly third place, 2:52. She was on a 2:53 before. So again, what this weekend's all about is bringing those times down, and all 3 managed to do that. So heat 3, Lauren Lilly of City of Leeds, Scunthorpe's Kaylin Calland, Mabel Robertson of City of Sheffield, Jessica Morn with Valley, Evangeline Stacey, City of Leeds. Now, I'm going to have a problem with this one now, which I hadn't seen before. City of Sheffield's Andre Uber Verschute, I would guess. Sorry, Andre, if that is nowhere near, but that's as close as I'm going to get this time round. City of Sheffield in 5, Daisy Guttridge in 6, Yanika Roberts of City of Sunderland in 7, Sophia Quinnell, York City in 8, and Libby Walker of Doncaster goes in lane 9. It took so long to say all that. We've only had nearly 75 metres of this race. And at that 75 turn, it's going to be the Sheffield swimmer I knew it was going to be Uber Schute. I will find out, because you may well make the final later, and I need to know for definite. But it's Andre, the 18-year-old from Sheffield, 2:51.24. Uber Schute. I'm sure the family are watching and going, this man knows nothing, and you'd be quite right to say that, obviously. But like we did with our Durham swimmer, I will try and get the definitive pronunciation for later today. I'd like to try and get it right where I can, unbelievably, it's true. Anyway, she continues to lead, and we've seen swimmers go down below 250 today who were above before. Well, she'll be looking to do likewise, and she's looking very good, very controlled. Now, there is a threat coming and lurking from Yannicka Roberts up in 7. It's the nearest challenger to her is a couple of lanes away, and she is starting just to edge towards her a little bit, the City of Sunderland 14-year-old, and she is looking very good indeed. I reckon it's her race now to win, and I think she's going to do just that. Yannicka Roberts, 14 years of age, another great talent from the northeast. Is coming past the City of Sheffield swimmer, who's now getting caught in turn by Evangeline Stacey. But this is terrific stuff from Yannicka Roberts. Under 254 the first time. Terrific. Really nice stuff. 249.05, and timed that finish to absolute perfection. Wasn't in the mix for pretty much the first 150, and then suddenly we're aware that she's making that move, and she made that move just at the right time. And Evangeline Stacey got second place in the end, but that is a terrific performance. 251 down to 249, and hopefully she'll make the final later today and give us a sign of what she can potentially do going forward. There's a couple of absentees here. No 3, no 4. I think that's all that we're missing. So Isabel Munnock of Tynemouth, Maisie Smith of Kingston upon Hull, Phoebe McNicholas of Stocksbridge, Anna Finley, Gateshead and Wickham, Katie Stomps, Morpeth, Hannah Redshaw of Middlesbrough, Darcy Crossley of City of Leeds, Greta Highfield, Doncaster Darts, all involved in heat number 4 of 6 of the 200 breaststroke. But, also distinctive orange cap of York City. It's prominent right now because of, in fact it's not, it's the orange cap of Stocksbridge. We've jumped ahead by one, but that's actually the Stocksbridge cap of Phoebe McNicholas. We have a York City lane 2 in the next one, which is Megan Mills, which kind of threw me off the scent a bit there. But Anna Finley and Phoebe McNicholas are the early front runners here. Anna Finley, 15 years of age. Phoebe is 18 now. But it is the youngster up there in 5. Anna Finley, 15 from Gateshead and Wickham, who is looking right on the money early stages with a 2.33 advantage even at this stage. Yeah, she's looking very powerful. Now, do some time comparisons for her now. Because best time, short course 2:37. Looking that that could go. By how much we'll have to wait and see whether she's got what it takes to finish this race off. But I think she's pretty much finished all the opposition off, including our early leader, Phoebe McNicholas. This is impressive stuff. That's what's so good about these events when we see them, is that this is our shop window on what the whole of the Northeast is doing and where these great talents, and there are some great talents in this region, are coming through and what they can do. And here's a good case in point. Really, I keep using the word impressive, but impressive kind of covers it for me. Swim from Anna Finley, Gateshead and Wickham. Now, she's probably only going to be in and around her best time, so it's not going to be a massive PB if it is a PB, which I think it just about is, but it's the method that she's done this race in and the attack in which she's shown, and she's been right on her best time. And she is, yeah, just literally outside it by a couple of tenths, but it's not always down to that. It's kind of how you structure the race and what you potentially could have later on in the day. Now, to me, that was all about intent. once she got her nose in front, she was never, ever going to get headed. She got people in that field who've gone quicker than she, but she wasn't going to look at that. That was not important to her. Phoebe McNicholas with a 2:43. So she's improved on her time, so shouldn't overlook the fact that Phoebe McNicholas of Stocksbridge has gone a couple of seconds quicker as well. Katie Stobbs, 2:46. Yeah, just a bit slow, but second place not. Right, we've got one more heat of this, and we've got a swimmer missing. Lane number 6. Charlotte Morton is not, though, missing. City of Leeds, Eva Palmer-Jones, Tadcaster, she's there. Megan Cairns is there from Middlesbrough. Rebecca Dunn, City of Bradford is swimming. Sienna Robinson, City of Sheffield is swimming. Claire Schlossen is swimming. She always does in lane number 5. And then in lane number 6, have I got this correct or have I jumped one? Sorry, I've jumped one. There you go. I've jumped one. Looking up, seeing a red cap, thinking that's not a City of Leeds cap. Let's go through this again, shall we? Hannah Wakelin in 0, Leah Weston in 1, Megan Mills in 2, Katie Coventry of Morpeth in 3, then 2 Sheffield swimmers in there, 4 and 5, Charlotte Bianchi, Phoebe Cooper. We are missing 6, and then 7 is Kasia Rickleton, Hannah Takach of Stokesley 8, and Kate Kennedy Morpeth. Yes, we've got one more to come after this. Charlotte Bianchi and Phoebe Cooper. Now, this could be an interesting little battle between the two Sheffield swimmers. At the moment is still Charlotte Bianchi. Now, Bianchi, short course entry time, 6 seconds quicker than is Phoebe. It's 2 years separating them age-wise. Charlotte being 2 years older. But Phoebe is no recognizer of age or experience. She goes in and does her thing. At the moment she's doing her thing in second place, not in first place, because Charlotte Bianchi has that. 2 Sheffield swimmers quite a way clear of the others including Katie Coventry and Megan Mills. So it's the last 50 on this. And looks like Charlotte Bianchi's going to do just what she needs to do, not put in a particularly fast time this morning. 2:27 would be her best, but it's not going to be that. But it'll be what she needs to do to make that final for later. And Phoebe Cooper will do likewise. She's not going to probably get to, well, she won't be too far outside 2:33. Keep an eye on that. 2:33 is her best. It's going to be maybe a tad outside that, but not by a great deal. 2:35. 2:32 for Charlotte. Third place to Megan Mills. 2:42. Yeah, well, she'll be happy with that because she's on a 2:44 entry and finished with a 2:42. So that's all good and in the right direction. Right, as you were. Sorry, I've made a bit of a pig's ear the last couple of heats. We'll get this one right when we get to it, which is next. And we, I think, have one absentee. Yeah, one absentee for this one. This is lane 4. Everybody else, however, is there. And I'll go through this list again for you again. You may have heard these names before, but these are the ones that are in this time. Charlotte Morton of City of Leeds, Evie Palmer-Jones, Tadcaster, Megan Cairns of Middlesbrough, Rebecca Dunn, City of Bradford. Leah Schlossen is back in there, as I anticipated she would be, in 5. Eleanor Valentine Bull in Borough of Kirklees in 6. 7, Abby Whitfield, Derwentsside. 8 is Holly Wilson, City of Leeds. 9 is Neem Kay of Darlington. Well, we've looked at swimmers who are on a mission today. Leah Schlossen, considering all the swims she's had, both heats and finals, still looks relatively fresh. Now, this is quite a test for her because she really has had a lot of swimming over the first day and a half, and the 200 breast is not the easiest thing to try and conserve energy on. But even though there are other swimmers around who've got similar kind of times to her, she should be the favourite to win this. At the moment is winning it relatively comfortably. Looking to see where the challenge might potentially come from. There isn't one right now, to be honest. It's pretty much Schlossen against the clock. 2 up is Abby Whitfield in second place, but she's a good 2-3 body lengths behind. In terms of time, she is 2.66 behind. Then a bit of a gap to Rebecca Dunn, another gap to Evie Palmer-Jones. So it's that kind of race at the moment where it's all kind of strung out, and I cannot see anybody really putting any pressure on Leah. Now 17 years of age, great talent right through different disciplines. We saw her the distance freestyle, see her doing breaststroke, we've seen her do pretty much everything this weekend just to test, and she's, like a lot of these swimmers we mentioned before, in hard training right now. So this is really putting the body through its paces, trying to go above and beyond. And I think she would say she's probably had mixed results this weekend, but it's just giving her a test of where she needs to be and where she wants to be. 2:30.20 is her best. Again, I'm not expecting her to do that this morning. She won't do that, but she can get within maybe 5 seconds of it. 2:33, 2:34. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit outside that. Probably 2:35, I think. 2:37 actually. We're winning her onto a slightly quicker time, but 2:37.09 doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Job done. Won that by 8 seconds. Rebecca Dunn was third. 2:45. Yeah, nobody's got close, I don't think, to theirs. Oh, hang on. Actually, Abby Whitfield's right on it. Just outside it, actually. Oh, just inside it. Just inside it. 2:45.12 from a 2:45.8. So she has it. Just snuck inside her PB. Okay. 50 butterfly women. We are getting close, or closer, to the conclusion of the morning session, but we've still got quite a bit to cram in yet. 50 butterfly, first of 6 heats. Greta Highfield, Dr. Darts, Kay Fenton Skipton, Lois Hickson, Loftus Dolphins, all on 30 seconds. So can any of these go into the 29s? Nobody in the first 3 heats has done that yet. Maybe Kay Fenton. Come on, Kay. Not going to be quite yet. No, not today. It's going to be, well, her time hasn't come up on there. She has finished first, but not on the screen. She hasn't. Kay Fenton was the first finisher. We'll wait for the backup time. There we go, 31.33. So a little bit slower than is her best. Now, can any of this lot, and they are all but the last 2 lanes in for this one. Last lane, actually, lane 8. Everybody else is in for this. The 50 butterfly, Harrogate, Newcastle, Bradford, York City, Weir Valley, Dearne Valley, Kingston upon Hull, Barnsley, all have swimmers in this one. And nobody again of these 7, or was it 8? Actually gone inside 30 before. There's a chance maybe that Grace Aduwu of Newcastle might in lane 0, and she has not. 30.28. 30.28. But she has knocked half a second off her best by doing that. Gina Warrior second. Third to Jessica Garbutt and Georgia Lee fourth. Okay, no 29 highs yet. Going to come from this one. There's no lane 2. Bradford, Chester, Le Street, Darlington, Sheffield, Skipton, Barnsley, Doncaster, City of Wakefield, City of Sunderland all have swimmers in this one. Where's a sub 30 going to come from this bunch? Might well be lane number 7, Meredith Harness of Tadcaster, looking really good. Very, very good indeed. She's dominating, she's bossing this race. Is Meredith up in lane number 7, so it's Georgia Lee. And, well, that's pretty good, Meredith Harness with a 29.46. 29.46. She looked terrific. Really good for that one. 29.46 from a 30.41 for Meredith of Tadcaster. Terrific time, really good. 29.46. Right. New Earswick, Tynemouth, Keystone Hull, City of Bradford, City of Sheffield, Rotherham Metro, Sunderland, Middlesbrough, Tadcaster. And we have got some 28s to 29s in this one, so we're not looking for a sub 30. We're looking for people to maybe improve on what they have already done. Good turn by Sarah Wright. I'll see Sunderland up in 6, but she's not going to win it. It's going to be between 2 and 3. It's going to be between Madeline Wright and Katie Wiles. And it is Katie Wiles against their 28.93. Second place to Madeline Wright, 29.01. Third place to Sarah Wright with a 29.33. Okay, any absentees here? I think we may have lost 5. 2 more heats to go. 5 is not with us, but everybody else seems to be. So Billingham, Sunderland, Sheffield, Leeds, Stockton, Harrogate, Derwentsside, Sunderland and Stockton, all the represented clubs in this Heat 5 of the 50 butterfly. Now we're looking for low 28s from some of these potentially here, if they feel like giving it a huge crack in the morning heats. And lane 4, Becky Watson of Borough Stockton is going to take this one and take it relatively comfortably. Oh my goodness me, that wasn't quite the finish she was looking for though. I thought she was going to headbutt the block at that stage. 28.49. Don't think she quite got a stroke rate right there, but she finished literally on a full stroke and nearly went head first into the blocks. Hope she's okay. That was, yeah, literally not quite the finish that she's intended, but she won it. 28.49. Kidius Hodgson was second and Connie Milburn third. Okay, everybody present and correct for Heat 6. Gisborne Hull, 2 from Borough of Kirklees, about 3 from Borough of Kirklees. Harrogate, Leeds, Cleethorpes, Rotherham Metro, Bradford and Durham City all have swimmers in this one. First 25, Sophie Murray looking good from Harrogate. Has she got the turn? Has she got the pull? Has she got the resilience to hold on for the last 25? She's desperately trying to do that. Emma Woods right on her shoulder, and so too is Beth Hall, and it's going to go to, wait for it, it's running on. We haven't got a finish on that. We haven't got a result on that. As it was a blanket finish, I really don't want to call it. 3, 4 and 5 certainly was. Sophie Murray, Emma Wood, Beth Hall. They will go into the wall at the same time. We await the backup timing. We cannot carry on until we get that result. But they all went in with such gusto and such force. I'm thinking probably Sophie Murray or Emma Wood, but as it was all very, very quick, and it was a sprint, difficult to tell. So the backup timing system will tell us at some point. We obviously cannot continue with John a backstroke for men until we get that result. So if you are a friend or relation of Sophie Murray, Emma Wood or Beth Hall, we will get that result for you. Just not yet. We're having a little, computer's having a little tantrum at the moment. It's gone on to a heat that doesn't exist. It's gone to heat 7. There is no heat 7. So normally we go to the backup timing and it should be able to tell us who got that, but at the moment it's just having a little wobble. There's our system. Can't give you any more information than that. I'm looking up at the screen like you are. Looking at our screen, not saying anything at the moment, but as I say, it's moved on to. I don't think they can. Oh, they're going to carry on without the result. Okay, but I'll try and give you that result at some point. Turner backstroke, heat number 1, Peter McGrother of Durham City in 3, Kurish Kodakar, City of Leeds in 4, Ethan Reiling of City of Sunderland in lane number 5. And again, as is often the case with the first heat, the times are all quite comparable. 2:24s all. 2:24.22 for Kodakar, 2:24.7 for Reiling, and 2:24.8 for Peter McGrother. So there should be little to choose between them in this first heat. This first heat of 6. 200 backstroke. Looks like the race pattern is emerging the way we thought it might in terms of their entry times. So Kurish Kodakar is the youngest of the 3. He's 15. McGrother is 16. And Reiling is 17. But it's the younger of the 3 who is leading after 100. It looks like he's going to power on to win it at 200 as well. So 2:24.32 is the entry time for the lead swimmer. I think he'll be looking to knock quite a bit off that today to get down towards 2:20 or underneath. Certainly capable of doing it. He's a very talented young man, one of great talents that Leeds have unearthed. I reckon he's fancy his chance. Let's see what the split time is here. 1:42-ish. Yeah, 1:42. Oh, he's going to be massively inside 2:24, isn't he? It's got to be. More like a 2:20. If he can come back here in a 20... is he going to come back in 20? Might do. Might do. 2:24 though should be obliterated. Yeah, he's going to come back to go inside 2:20. Massively inside 2:22. Yeah, thought so. Just doing quick calculations in my head there. I think he's going to be well inside that, isn't he? 2:16, no less. 2:16.9 for Kodakar, and all 3 have improved on their entry times. So we probably won't be bringing you heat number 6 result from that last event, sadly to say, but we'll just see who progresses to the final later on today. We should explain they'll all have to be entered in manually for that one. Those times do apparently exist somewhere. Right, heat number 2, and we are missing just the one. I think so. Look across. Dean McAleer of Derwentside, William Durrans of Rotherham Metro, Callum Aiken of York City, Daniel Morehouse of Durham City, Rudy Chan, York City, Daniel Clipsome of City of Wakefield, and Philip Sudlis of York City. So there are plenty of York orange caps to be seen in this one, or would be if they were all there. Two right at the front of the field, Callum Aiken and Rudy Chan. So after that big new PB for Kurish Kodakar from 2:24 to 2:16, we're expecting something maybe similar from Callum Aiken here. They 16-year-old from York City, 2:22 he's entered in on, which is exactly the same time, or virtually the same as Daniel Morehouse, but Morehouse is quite a way back from him. Still York 1-2 at the moment, with Rudy Chan second, but they'll come with 50 to go when they turn next time. Just trying to make his way through now is Daniel Morehouse of Durham City in lane number 5, catching our leader a little bit here with 50 to go. Well, Morehouse might just be a challenge here. Also, as he does so, then 3 alongside him go like a squadron. Rudy Chan, Daniel Clipsum, Philip Suddis, all coming off the wall together, but no, the Motors catching our leader. Daniel Clipsum having a good second half of the race from City of Wakefield up there at the top of the screen. There is a challenge to come. It's probably coming a little bit too late to our long-time leader, Callum Aiken. 2:22, remember, his best time, but that's going to go inside 2:20 for the first time, and he's just about going to get edged out by Daniel Clipsum by 1/100th of a second. I just saw him coming there. I thought it depends when you get your hand on the wall as to whether you're going to win this or not. Second place for Callum Aiken in the end after being the long-time leader, but what it does mean is that 1 and 2 have gone massively inside their best times. 2:18.6 for both, and they were both on 2:22 or 23, so to about 4 and 5 second PBs there. Daniel Morehouse moves inside 2:20 as well, 2:19, as does Rudy Chan. So top 4, all with nice PBs to take away. If they're not involved again later today, at least they've got new times at Ponds Forge to take forward. Right, everybody seems to be here for this one. James Cam, Rotherham Metro, Jack Kelso of Morpeth, Thomas Smith, Richmond Dale, Daniel Bailey, Doncaster Darts, Thomas Sahar of Middlesbrough, Ben Wilkinson, Whitby, Leeds University, Finley Williams, Ben Swan, Borough of Stockton, Aaron Wharton of Richmond Dale, Joe Burgess of Skipton. That's the full list of competitors for this one. Coming back quite quickly, Joe Burgess on the far side from Skipton. Joe Burgess had a terrific weekend. Every time I mention Joe Burgess, I'm always impressed. He's had some terrific swims, the 15-year-old. Another one to watch out for, another marking of cards, I think, for Joe Burgess. Well, that 2:21's surely going to be completely expunged from the system. He's swimming his own race. He's unaware, totally unaware, as well he might be, of what's happening with Sahar and Wilkinson and Williams. He's just getting on and doing his thing. I like that. Independent swimmers who can just think for themselves and go, well, I don't need to be led or influenced by what's happening around me. I'll just go and swim my bit, do my bit. And that's only the first 100. He is looking very strong indeed. I'm going to put the mockers on him. But as I say, he's having to do his own thing. There's plenty of action in the centre of the pool with the likes of Thomas Sahar, Ben Wilkinson, and a couple up there is Finley Williams, but still leading up in lane number 9. Skipton's Joe Burgess. You should be proud of him this weekend. He really has upheld the club's name brilliantly. Might just be being reeled in a little bit now by Thomas Sahar. He has gone 4 seconds quicker than Joe previously, and they're going to turn over together. Sahar just takes the lead by 1/10 of a second. Then it's James Cam, third place down here. So again, we've got one of those spreads where it's lane 9, lane 4 and lane 1. Right across the pool from one extremity to the other. And certainly is Thomas Sahar who's going to finish this one off, I think. And it'll be hard on Joe Burgess if he gets edged out into about 4th place. I think he's going to now. And fast finishing James Cam looks for it as well, and he gets 2nd place. We haven't got a tie. Joe Burgess was not 8th, was he? Was he 8th in the end? Because he must have fallen away a lot, because he was 4th place. I don't think he could quite believe it. He's looking up at the scoreboard, nor can I actually. 8th place, but first was Thomas Sahar. Should concentrate on him because he's the winner. And he's gone inside his best of 2:17 plus to 2:18.8. James Cam second. Third, Finley Williams. Ah, that's better, thank you. Joe Burgess was 4th. I thought he couldn't be 8th. Because when he came off that turn, he was 4th. I thought he couldn't be 8th. It's been corrected now. He's 4th place. Goodness gracious. Had me worried there. And also correction of time. So good. 2:18.98. Happy for him because I was giving the big build-up and saying he's going to way under his 2:21. And then he finished 8th and was right on it. But 2:18.98. Good. Happy to make that correction. Yeah, there's a little glitch in the system. Sorry about that. Which is obviously beyond my influence, but we're at least able to do that. Sorry, Joe, having spoken about you so highly through the race and looking up and seeing you're 8th, I think when you looked up at the scoreboard, you felt exactly the same as I felt. 8th? How was that possible? Well, he wasn't. He was 4th. There you go. Right, heat number 4. We are lacking a at lane 3. Everybody else is in position. Everybody else is now underway. And they are Blake Hooper in 0, Daniel Pollard of Kingston upon Hull in 1, 2 is Joseph Edgar of Derwentsside, 4 is Simon Robson, York City. Seen a lot of Simon this weekend. Joseph Elwell, Borough Stockton, Rowan Sheriff of Skipton, Jacob Brown, Tadcaster, Josh McCollin of Kingston upon Hull, and James Robinson in 9 from City of Leeds. Simon Robson, well on his way, fastest in the field by about 2.5 seconds on entry time, so this pattern of the race is not really surprising us. Second fastest is Jacob Elwell, and he's exactly where I expect him to be in 2nd place. Again, with these cyclically seeded heats, don't expect the winner, unless it's an unexpected one, to go way inside, if indeed at all inside their entry time. I'll try and save that bit of energy for later on today. Robson well on his way, looking under control, 75 to go. And try to drag Jacob Elwell along to a decent time, and also keeping an eye on the outside smoker Blake Hooper. Even though he's got a 2:16, he will be going a little bit quicker than that today. He'll be in 3rd place at this split. But Robson, maybe slightly being caught now by Elwell. This is quite interesting. It's going to develop into a race over the last 25. Thought Robson had this pretty much nailed, but Elwell's just put a little spurt in there and is fancying his chances of maybe getting close. I don't think he's going to overhaul him, but it might be a little bit closer than it had looked like being with 50 to go. Yeah, it's going to be about a body length back at the end. Simon Robson, 2:04 best time. It's a 2:07.99 this time. Well, with 2:08, how does that compare? Yeah, just outside his best too. 3rd place Blake Hooper has done a PB, I'm sure. Yes, he has, by 4.5 seconds, no less. Taking it down from a 2:16 to a 2:11. Well done to him. And again, Chester Street have got something to be proud of because he has taken a massive chunk out of his best. All right, 2 more of this. Then we've got the women's 100 IM, and that'll be us done until 2:15. So we're going to have a bit of a gap, an hour's gap maybe a little bit more than that before we come back at 2:15. But still got 2 more of these, and then we have 6 heats of the 100 IM to bring to you. All right, for this one, all present and correct. Leo White, Chester Street. Joshua Harris, Tadcaster. Reese Blackett, Newcastle. Luke Clegg, Borough of Kirklees. Charlie Broom from Leeds. Joseph Martin, Derwentsside. Elliot Best, Newcastle. Lewis Doubledam, Durham City. Noah Ragg, City of Sheffield. Devin Creighton of Chester Street. Now, on paper, Charlie Broom should be a little bit speedier than anybody else here because he has a 2:03 and nobody's in that kind of ballpark here. It's a 2:06 and a 2:09 in the mix, but should be 3 seconds quicker than everybody else. At the moment, that's not the case. Luke Clegg, Borough of Kirklees, into on 2:09, is leading, or if he isn't, Rhys Blackett is. They go over together, and Blackett 8/100ths clear of Luke Clegg. They are side by side, as indeed now is Charlie Broome, as indeed now is Joseph Martin. 4 of them go to the wall together, flip over together. Obviously won't get a time until they get to the far end and hit the touchpad, but perhaps now we have a leader in the shape of Rhys Blackett. Now, Rhys Blackett's our new leader in lane number 2. Then 3 go into the wall, separated by just over, in fact, exactly 0.3 of a second. But this race is not done by any means yet. I'm absolutely certain we're going to see a burst now from Charlie Broome. He won't want to lose this one, especially as he is the fastest seed in this heat. He's coming back. Rhys Blackett knows he's going to come back as well. And Blackett just about holding on with 50 to go. Or is he? Yeah, 18/100ths between him and Charlie Broome. Well, there was. I don't think there is now off the wall, because Broome's had the better turn. And Broome will now go to the front. Pressure might come from Joseph Martin, 5 now. Just made a little bit of a move. But the move's not going to come to anything. Blackett will hold on to second. And third place will go to the swimmer in lane 5, but the winner will be Charlie Broome. 2:06.3. Nicely done. No alarms. Got the acceleration done what he needs to do over the last 50 and took the race away from Rhys Blackett, with Joseph Martin in third place. Martin, top 3 all outside their entry times, but obviously they'll keep their powder relatively dry until later on today. Heat number 6 and the last one. And who hasn't shown? Everybody appears to be there. Don't see anybody absent. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got someone standing to the side, but I think that is Ethan Williams. Yeah. Yep. So all of them in for last heat. On the turn back. So Cohen Stevenson of City of Leeds, Rio Diodu of Kingston upon Hull, Alexandru Lazar, City of Sunderland, then 2 from Sheffield, Ben Cross, Simon Clement, Derwent Sides, Thomas Maskell, Matt Mahoney of Newcastle, Isaac Buchan of Stockton, Oliver Whittleston of Leeds, and Ethan Williams of Newcastle. Simon Clement, only swimmer in this field who has been under 2 short course, and he is showing his mettle and showing his acumen here. Leads at 50. Who's going with him? Well, Ben Cross is going with him. So too is Thomas Maskell at this stage. But they're going to fight hard, I think. And there's that differential on paper again. 7 seconds quicker than everybody else in this field, so he should be the class act. And that's exactly what he's showing here. Current at 100 has a sizable lead. 1.4. Maskell in third place. Lazar in fourth. And you can only see that lead probably extending. Can't see any real pressure being put on the Sheffield swimmers. We're 21 in assignment this year. But all that experience showing. It's very relaxed. Just making sure that body's nice and high in the water. Get your turns right. Gliding in. Spot the wall nicely. Over you go and give yourself a little bit of propulsion off the wall. That's what he is doing. That lead just staying about the same, if not edging out a little bit more. bring it back for the last 25. And Thomas Maskell and Ben Cross will join in very shortly, but our winner will finish now in 2:04.90. Simon Clement, and there will be lots more to come later today, that I can assure you. Ben Cross, 2:07. Yep, new PB for Ben. And third, Tom Maskell, has been a bit quicker than that. 2:05 is his best, but top three will all return later today. So the last event of the morning, before we get to the 1500 later, it's the women's 100 meters individual medley, and all the participants have shown for this one, so I'll tell you who they are. Gwendolyn Mearns of Tynedale, Holly Boldiner, Chester Street, Newcastle's Myla Pike, Isabel Munnock of Tynemouth, Leah Weston of Richmond Dale, Isabel Fox, Gateshead and Wickham. Time-wise, nothing to choose between them. They're all 112s. Looking to break out of that 112 pack, though, very much seems to be Holly Bodner of Chester Street, and she's a halfway and looking good with what was that, 31.95. Good chance she's going to get inside that 112, though she does have pressure now arriving from Isabel Fox, Gateshead and Wickham on the far side, so hasn't got it all her own way, and they're starting to come back at her now. Last 25 is going to be a little bit of a bonfire, I think, here, between about 4 or 5 of them potentially, because they're all starting to join up. Our early leader's just about got the advantage, but she's being closed down. She's going to do well to hold on here, and I think she is going to hold on. Holly Bodner, that's a terrific swim because she was under a lot of pressure. 1:10.99, well done to her, and a lovely new PB. Bypasses the 111s, goes into the 110s. Second, Isabel Fox. Anybody that's in the 112 before is in the 111 now, and that includes all the top 4 in that race. We have one absentee for this one. It's the second of the 100 IMs for women. Of course, an event that only is seen in short course swimming because there is no 100 IM long course. So this one's all over and done with. You don't really get a chance to establish a strong stroke in 100 IM. So if your breaststroke's really strong, you don't have long enough really to maybe capitalise on it. But Evie Warburton and the city of Sheffield just gliding into the wall a little bit on that, with second place to Riley Ackroyd. Now the breaststroke still sometimes sorts them out, even on a 25 swim. And they are again bunching up a little bit. Lane 7 is Riley Ackroyd of Tadcaster coming back into the picture and trying to come past Warburton. And maybe she has. I think she has actually. In lane 7, Riley Ackroyd in a 1:11.95 in a battle with Emily Burrell of Darlington, and Burrell there first. Yeah, just 1/100th. That's how close that was. 1:10.96 plays 1:10.97 for Riley Ackroyd. Emily Whitton in third, but the top 2 inside their 1:11s. Number 3 of the 100 IM, and we have a couple of absent lanes, but we also have a fast starting Eliza Hammond of Kingfisher Scarborough, going really well on the butterfly. And when it comes to the backstroke, the lead looks like it might potentially be taken over by Alex McGill of Gateshead and Wickham. 2 of them are going to go to the wall today, but together at the same time virtually. 0.27 separating McGill and Hammond. Palmer in third place. And now on the breaststroke, and Alex McGill with a 1:10.85 to her name entry wise. power away. Well, no, she's probably oblivious to the fact that up in lane 8, Katie Coventry is coming very strong from Morpeth. That's 25. She'll be in the mix most definitely. She might be at the front of the field. She is at the front of the field now. Katie Coventry and Morpeth looking to hold on to this. And I think she's going to get it up there in lane number 8, despite the fast finish from Alex McGill. Yeah, she gets it. Katie Coventry, Katie Palmer, and Alex McGill, you 1, 2, 3. So your winning time is 1:10.02. And that takes over a second off her entry time. Heat 4 of 6. And they're all there. Centre of the pool, lane 4. Madison Nuttall of Sheffield, the only one to be in 106 territory. All the others are 107 and above. A really good turn from lane 5 from Agatha Scott. Also good work from Gabrielle Freeman of Morpeth, who goes to the front of the field ahead of Agatha Scott. Look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pretty much in a line going into the breaststroke. This race is far from over in terms of who's going to potentially win this. There could be 2 or 3, maybe even 4 potential candidates for the victory as they turn. I'm looking for anybody who might just be able to get some momentum going. Maybe it's going to be Agatha Scott, Harrogate, or is it Madison Nuttall? Madison Nuttall's just got enough, I think, to cruise through and win it. 107.55 for our winner. And second, Agatha Scott. Third place going to Kay Fenton, 108.33. Two more to come before our break. And just lane 5 not showing for this one. Oh, 6:21. Madison Johnson with slightly the quickest time, but not by a great deal. She's right in the centre lane there, and she's probably going to get to the wall just before the others. Ruby Gambles has got a 106.8. Neem Savary's got a 107.3, so they're all fairly closely grouped, that middle section. As Neem Savary, Newcastle, the 14-year-old, takes over at the front of the field. Halfway stage, she leads. Good lead too, 1.08 at this stage. Can she back it up on the breaststroke? It's a nice lead to have in 100 IM with only 50 to go. And she's, looks like she's consolidating. Let's see if anybody on the far side might be starting to make a move. Potentially Anna Finley and Millie Shaw coming into the reckoning. But it's looking more and more like Neem Savary has got just enough. If there is a threat coming, it's coming from lane 6 from Anna Finley. Anna Finley is finishing very, very strongly indeed, but I think she's going to get there just in time. She does, Neem Savary. Finley in second place. It was only 0.2 of a second in the end between 1 and 2. Third place, Sophia Kelly. That's got to be pretty close to her. Oh yes, not even close to. It's well inside her best. 1:10.07 prior to today. 1:07.91 for third place for the Tadcaster swimmer in 0. The 15-year-old has just taken a massive chunk out of her 100 IM time. And this will be the last heat of the morning. Yeah, we're getting off for nearly 3,050 of competition. And reminding you, we're back at 2:15 for the. We actually got one swim off as well, but 1500 freestyle. We start at 2:15. But let's get this one done and dusted. Heat number 6 of the 100 IM. And again, there's some swimmers with very comparable times. Sheila Robinson with a 1:06.16. Sarah Tallentire with a 1:06.78. So there's not much between the centre lanes. But that underwater work being used brilliantly by the 14-year-old from Morpeth, Seren Talentire. Terrific stuff. Really great off that butterfly to backstroke turn. And that may well, just that, have won it for her, you know. She's looking incredibly powerful. Well, 106.78 is the best time she's registered short course. Surely she's going to get close to, if not inside that. It's a question of who's going to finish second or third. Seren Talentire absolutely blitzed it from butterfly to back, and she'll get in way before the others. 105.75, new territory for her. Never been into the 105s before. Now she is. Sheila Robinson second. Daisy Purchase in third place. Wow, a lot of PBs, a lot of really big jumps down in time for the youngsters this morning, which is terrific to see. And hopefully we'll spur them on. For those involved in final place today, some even quicker times. Remember, the finals 4:15 today. Next session will be the men's 1500. We have 3 heats of that at 2:15. We've got about an hour and 25 until then. Go and have yourself a break and have some lunch. Go and get yourself ready for a second portion of Swimming for Ponds Forge. We're back with you again at 2:15. Have a great Sunday afternoon till then. See you later.